Still hard to get used to the time difference now, huh?
Yeah, so
It's like
you're with your
it's about
family, or
8:40 here.
are you still at? I know you were like at a cabin or something, vacationing, like near a park.
Oh, no, no, no. Yeah, so my wife and I, we were in Denali National Park.
That's right. But you're not there
So
anymore, right?
no, no, I'm back in California now.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's pretty cool though up there, and in both meanings of the term, it,
Sure.
snow was very deep. So yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Cool. Right on. Yeah, we're making it. We're about to go back to Illinois tomorrow, actually, to go mushroom hunting. Morel season starting up, so we're gonna hit the woods, see if we can score some wild finds. But other than that, things are going well. Frankly, I'm having a lot of fun with the pandemic. We should do it more often, in my opinion.
I know, right? Apart from the fact that it kills people, I've enjoyed it so far.
Yeah, obviously no fan of that, but I mean, as far as me, I'm not having any personal impact other than a lot more free time and reduced pay. But I'll manage. So
Well, usually that's a trade I'm willing to take.
yeah, same.
So it's yeah, I don't know. Where I'm working right now, they give us a 4-day week. Like
Okay.
just normally. It's not because of the pandemic. It's just they they give us a 4-day week. So you have to work longer days, but then get 3 days off. So that's yeah, I've been enjoying that.
So it's the 4 by 10 deal.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, that was an option at my old job, but I was on the late shift. Late shift being you get off at 7 p.m., which I didn't think was that bad, and you took a pay raise to be on the late shift, and you would lose that if you went to 4 by 10. So I didn't do it, but the people who did it said they
Uh
loved it. And I'm sure it is
yeah.
awesome, but I was like, yeah, I'd rather just make more money for the same amount of time than have an extra day. So
I've done it once before. Actually, it was like a 3 by no, it was 4 by 10, but it was night shift. It was like 6:30 p.m. to or 6 p.m. to 5:30 a.m. or something, or 5
oof,
a.m. something weird like that.
that's a rough shift. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
overnight.
yeah.
Never done
It
that.
was it was Amazon distribution center, and that was whew,
Uh
not a
yeah.
fan of that, man.
Yeah, really
I
bad
was
working environment from everything I've seen.
I mean the I don't know. They don't make it. I don't know. The what makes it bad, I guess, is just the fact that you never really get any breathing time. That's a long shift, and
Yeah.
you're just walking on your feet constantly. Like I would do like 20 something miles every night.
Holy crap. So you had like a pedometer and it would show you.
No, I didn't actually measure myself, but they said like, yeah, if you're moving at your pace or whatnot, that's about what you do. So I'm like,
Damn.
man,
That's gnarly. Dude, that's crazy. Doable,
yeah, it was,
but not
yeah,
enjoyable.
yeah, and you are basically a machine. Like you have there is no basically no creativity, personal creativity that goes into the process. You move at a certain speed, and if you
Yeah.
don't, you're out. So
You're a widget on a spreadsheet producing calculated numbers. So,
yes, like there is
okay.
a certain number you're supposed to be at. So,
Yep.
anyways, yeah, I don't want to hold up our progress here. So,
No, it's all good. So it's about quarter till noon my time. So we'll call it there. You want to start with replays?
sure.
What you got?
So what would be a good one? I guess if we're looking at rotating mids here, I've got one with Clinks I played recently. Uh,
Was it
see,
41 minutes, 18 seconds loss?
I believe you are right.
That's your last Clinks game.
Yes, that's it. That's it. Yep.
Okay. Let me go and share my screen on Discord. I'll
Yeah, that would
drive.
be better. I'm glad we're not doing that replay sync we used to
Oh,
do.
dude, that was fucking miserable. That was some amateur shit, dude.
It's like there's got to be a better way. Hmm. Let's see. There we go. Join stream.
Do you see Dota?
I see it.
Perfect. Okay. So what happened here? 12, 4, and 8. Oh my god. Noob team. Typical. That's rough. Losses hurt more when you played a good game. So let's see what happens
Eh,
here.
I mean, if I would summarize it, it felt like one of those games where I had to go risky, but at the same time, like I don't know, the only safe thing to do was to sit in your base. Like if I went anywhere outside, I would just get caught.
Yeah, once you're at that point where you can't leave the base, it's really hard to win. That's the like I hope they screw up territory.
Yeah,
So
which they did, but it was just so hard to capitalize on it.
wow, and you had a faceless void too, which
Hmm.
that hero in my games lately has just been it's like auto win. Once he gets to a certain point in the game, you just can't beat it. So
Oh yeah,
Chronos too powerful. So all right, let's
yeah.
check it
He
out.
that hero needs. I don't know. I think the balanced faceless void. You need to either reduce the percentage he gets on his bash, or you need to reduce the time walk duration. It feels bad when you stun him, and then you stun him again, and you're piling nukes on him, and then he just walks off the last like 5 seconds of damage. It's like, whoop,
Yeah,
never mind.
yeah, it's not a good feel. That's for
And then he gets
sure.
level 25 and he just doesn't take damage. Like I built like Ags on Lena and nuked him, and he just didn't even take damage. I'm like, come on.
So looking at these lineups, who do you think wins late game?
That's hard because like Clinks is insane. You know, if he gets where he wants to be, he's insane. Void's insane. Um, but on their side, they've got you know ridiculously tanky
Si-
Sven,
yes,
Abaddon,
six
Underlord,
slotted Sven with Ags is no joke. Underlord scales quite well too. So does
and then
Skywrath.
Skywrath level 25. Just sheesh. You never know what will happen when he gets that. So
Yep, and plus Disruptor gets Aghanims, and that's a very powerful spell. So I
I would
think you're
rather be their team because I feel like their team you can mess up way more with. Like our team, you have to execute well. Like you have to get good positioning with your Chrono, your Clink ult. With them, you're just like beefy Underlord,
you just
Abaddon.
go on the first person you see. I
Yeah.
agree. I actually think your team is stronger late game, but I agree with your take that their team is much easier to execute the game plan.
Hmm.
Because what I'm looking at, Witch Doctor and Lich are actually great late game supports. So Witch Doctor with Ag's ult is a carry during that time. This guy gets Aghanims. He has the AoE pull that can just end the game by himself. Clinks is good, and then Void is super good too. So I agree. It's nuanced. I do think you're a little bit favored here. Um, so you went mid, okay.
Yeah, I haven't played a whole lot of Clinks, so I don't know. It was not a comfort pick for me. So, but I feel like the general macro perspective of what happened. Oh, I mean, we can look at individual mechanical things too, but I mean, like last hitting and whatnot was a little rough for me.
Yeah, his
he's not.
animation's obnoxious. It's so slow, but you do a ton of damage, so it works out. So I wonder about this item build. I haven't seen Klink's mid in quite a while, so I don't know. I get the mango. It's surely for more singing arrows, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
makes sense to me, but typically people just get the fairy fire for more damage, and then you can bring up either mangoes or even a bottle. I don't think bottle would be that bad for Klinks
that's
as a
true.
mid player.
He's pretty fast.
You got the range creep, that's crucial.
Yeah, it was really hard to deny versus him. Anyways,
I
go ahead.
I do think you're being way too passive here. So let's look at this first creep wave again. Let's go 1 time speed for this once it gets there. Okay. So do you know they call that searing arrows, Viper poison attack, they call that an orb effect. Do you
Mm-hmm.
know that that does not aggro creeps when you use it?
I did not know that. No.
Okay, so that's a really important thing to know. So what that means is every time you're not CSing, you can literally be clicking this on him and it's free harass. You will not aggro the creeps. You'll just do, a 76 damage auto attack to him every time you do it. And it's only 9 mana. And plus you've got
Oh
the
yeah.
mango, so you've got a lot of leeway there. So like right away, you're on your hill, you've got higher attack range. Okay, so what he did, he pulled your creeps to his range creep, right? And
Mm-hmm.
one aspect of that is, okay, he probably wants to deny his range creep, but two, he does not want to come down this hill because you have higher attack range, and he's probably going to use this nuke more to CS than to harass. But you can do both. You can both CS and harass him. So he wants, see how he's just playing way back here.
Mm-hmm.
He gets it. Like, he's scared of you. So what you can do is aggro the creeps back to your side, and then make him come up for that CS the same way he's making it happen to you, and that's going
Mm-hmm.
to give you more opportunities to harass him. So you can kind of see the effect of this. You're playing downhill, he's playing uphill, so he's neutralizing that. Steering error there would have got the CS. Little nitpick, not a big deal. But I think the big issue, so he got through this whole first wave, he's full HP, and you're full mana. So that's a missed opportunity for harassment on him. And actually, he didn't even get a tango. He's like you, neither your teams pulled you regen. So harassing him is super effective. Like right here, you can be hitting him. Like that could have been a couple hits there, and you still could have got your CS. Same here. So now the lane's in a great spot. Now you're high ground, he's low ground. So I want to see a lot of harassment here. CS good. So every time you're not CSing, you should be hitting him. Again, he pulled the creeps back, so that's why he's doing that. Good. Get the range creep. Nice shot. There's that. You definitely want a magic stick for this lane. It doesn't look like you've got one queued up, but that's going to... With magic stick, basically, you're going to have unlimited searing arrows. So actually, you probably wouldn't even need the bottle. I think just him using his spells will give you enough passive regen with the stick combined that you're going to be okay on mana.
Each one of the charges, stick charges, should give me like 1.5 searing arrows.
Yeah, it's about right. I think it was it 10?
It's 15, I believe.
Yeah. 15, yeah, 15. Okay. So yeah, you're right. You got a little pause here.
Classic.
Got a long pause here. Some more harassing. You see he's just constantly aggroing those creeps downhill because he just doesn't want to deal with you. So, okay, let's pause this. Let's go in a lobby really quick. I want to show you something.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, it's been so long since I made a lobby. This happens every time. This is like the only time I do this. All right, so join up. You can go Dire. Or let's switch. You were Dire, so you go Radiant. We'll reproduce this here. US West, you got the server advantage. Go ahead and pick Skyrath like he was. Then I think you had Wraithband, Mango, so I'll get what you had. I forget exactly what he had. Maybe I can check real quick.
I think he had a Null and a Fairy Fighter.
That sounds right. So I just want to kind of show you what it's like to lane against that so you can sort of see the example. And try to do what he was doing where he was always aggroing those creeps back to, get the hill advantage. So reproduce that because that's going to be important. Wow, look at that Skyrath win rate. You see that?
Oh, what was it?
You were 15-5 in your last 20 Skyrath games.
Wow. I didn't know it was that high. I almost never play him, so... It might be accounting. No, I don't think it counts.
And
custom lobbies.
No, I don't think it does either. So don't block the creep wave because the wave was like perfectly in the middle for you guys. So let's just not block and we'll get the same effect.
Sounds good.
Oh my god, I don't have the Clink's taunt? Are you fucking kidding me? It's so good. I don't have it. Maybe I don't have it equipped. Hey, I didn't have it equipped, dude. That's disaster. I know, I don't have the Xylobones. Dude, even the name is good. Wow, I can really tell the ping difference. 77.
Mine's about hovering around 45.
Yeah, I'm typically on about 40 on US East, but 70 here, which I wouldn't think I would notice, but I actually do. Not terrible. Playable.
You wouldn't think you would notice 70 milliseconds, but
especially,
it is noticeable.
Especially compared to 40. So we're really talking 30 is the difference. So I wouldn't expect that I could tell the difference, but yeah, I definitely can. Excuse me? Go back to your side. What are you doing? Get out of here. Yeah, I haven't played Clinks in forever.
He's pretty good support now. Sit in the lane and hit people with searing arrows.
All right, so the creeps come up, and the first thing he did was aggro them. So when you come up to do that, I'm going to hit you. All right, so you aggroed, so I'm going to do it back to you. See, I pull the creeps back. Definitely want to get the CS. US West, GG. Here we go. So see, now I can't harass you. But since I pulled back and you didn't, now we're fighting on tower. So you're going to use your nuke. I'm going to use my nuke. We're both probably going to farm fine, as I missed my first one. Feels bad. I missed two. So creeps on my tower again. Now you can't farm, so you come up. I'm going to hit you. You hit me back. That's good. That's good. So you see, the lane is shaken up differently just because how we pulled. So now I wonder, because I'm not a Clinks expert. Excuse me. I wonder if you're not supposed to pull back, because the tower, like being on tower, I think actually was an advantage to you. So I can't even show you what I wanted to show you. But at least in like the first 10 seconds, you saw what was happening, where I'm harassing you. Yeah. And so that's why he's pulling. And in the case of your game, that situation didn't happen, so you're missing a lot of opportunity to hit him.
Mm-hmm.
And that was definitely a learning experience there, because I did not think that that would happen on tower. But sure enough.
I've noticed in this currently right now with like the heroes that are, you know, popular, it seems like if you can't push your wave out fast, you're at a disadvantage. Like if you're just trying to, you know, sit under your tower and farm, it's never going to work.
So one of the effects of that, of not being able to push tower or lanes, which Clinks is definitely in that category, you can't roam as easily, because before you roam, you need to push your lane. Because if you leave and the lane's hitting your tower, it's obvious that you're ganking, so your gank's probably going to fail. But number two, you're missing all that XP and gold on the tower. So, you know, if your gank fails, you're way behind. Like, way behind. So
that's typical for me.
So let's go back. We're like a minute in or something. Okay, so back to lane. What's the CS here? 5-0 to 5-1. So about even. Okay, it's on your hill, so like all this time you can be hitting him here. He's downhill, you're uphill. And this is really the case for any range hero, but especially with a hero like Clinks or Viper, where you have that orb effect, because you can do it without aggroing creeps. So you can actually zone him all the way back to his hill, and as soon as he comes down, you can keep hitting him. So on the flip side, as Skyrath, the way to do it would be you stay up on this hill and you only come down for the CS, or you aggro the wave. And as we just learned, you can just trade waves and get it on tower, and then if you play on my tower, you're hitting me for free while I'm farming. And I would imagine the opposite's the same for Clinks. If you're farming on tower and I'm up here, I'm auto attacking you, because again, it's not going to aggro the tower either, just like it won't aggro creeps.
Okay. That's
so yeah, and because I'm not a mid player, I was not aware of that, but I mean, we watched it happen in real time, so that's a nice little lesson we both got there.
I mean, there's just so many little funny little Easter eggs, for lack of a better term.
Mid is an extremely specific role. Like, there are things about playing mid that only apply to mid. So because I never play mid, I always tell people that if they're a mid player, like, I can help you a lot, but there are mid specific things that I don't know because I'm not playing mid all the time. So
But you could.
I could. Alright, so you're pushing. I like that you walk uphill here. I don't like that attack. I knew he was going to deny that when you attacked there, because you don't have enough attack speed yet. Good, you hit him on tower. Well played there. He's going on you? I would man fight. Dude, I would totally man fight here.
Oh, because I was silenced and didn't have steering arrows, so that's
yeah. But I would have just started hitting him back right there. So we talked about getting the magic stick for this lane. And you're playing this really well. He has a level advantage on you, and that's due to the range creep. That was not worth it. Until that moment, you were playing this lane quite well. The only thing I would say is the harass is never worth the range creep getting denied. I mean, that's like, you see the effect, right? Look at the XP difference. He does have 4 denies on you, but the other denies aren't as impactful. It's the range creep that really makes a big difference, which you know. So, all right, now you can see he can't really come up. However, so even there, let's go back just a little bit.
Yeah, even there, I could have just run up and hit
Yep,
him.
exactly.
While he came for that.
I want to see you play much more aggressive in this situation. He, like, especially when he's this low, he is not. As soon as he crosses this line downhill, you should be up. Can you see my mouse, or is my mouse invisible?
Yeah, I see you.
Perfect. Okay. Where this mouse is, you should be hanging out here the whole time. Because if he comes up, you can use this searing arrow. You won't aggro creeps. So there's no penalty for you playing right up on this creep as long as you're not being hit by the creeps. So, and if you were here, you know, either this corner or this corner, you could already be hitting him. And at this point, you could hit him right now and still have your attack ready to deny this range creep. And then so if he commits for the range creep, I wouldn't even go for the deny. I would hit him once with searing arrow. If he still comes up for the creep, I would start moving forward after that attack. Attack again here. You might miss downhill or uphill if you're unlucky. And then that might just kill him. Let's see, what's your damage? Plus 40,
Yeah.
so 94. So there's a and he's 1 armor. So if you miss uphill, he survives, but you keep running uphill, you'll get 1 more shot before going in a tower. And then maybe he lives with regen, but it's really close. But if you don't miss that second shot uphill, he's dead for sure. It's like, if you're in this position, you hit him right now, he comes up, you hit him again, he's dead. So you actually could have had a kill there. And he would have been dead sooner, actually, if you didn't miss the earlier opportunities to harass. And like you saw when you played Skywrath, you put all your nukes onto me, which I think is the correct thing for him to do. So rather than CSing with nuke, he should be harassing you. But since he's not doing that, that opens up so much opportunity for you to be massively aggressive in this lane. Because he's giving you freebies. So he's got a haste rune. Not much mana. The salve is good. Again, just need the magic stick, and I think your items are fine besides that. Okay, you got 2 range creeps. So lane's definitely going to push. Careful walking up too far, because then he hits you from high ground. Alright, so I want to see you follow him this whole time. Perfect. Nice orb walk. Yep, you could keep going there with searing arrows, because it's not going to aggro the tower. Yeah, and then back. Yeah, so you missed maybe like 3 autos on him on tower there. Okay, so all in all, I think that's mostly how the lane shakes out. So he talked about like rotating as a mid player and like when to rotate. So a natural time to do it is going to be when you've pushed the lane onto his tower, right? Because if you leave and the lane's here, then it pushes to your tower, and then you miss everything. But if you push him here, that's your chance to leave. So you had an opportunity there. You could have gone for a bounty rune, but I personally wouldn't recommend that because it's a long walk, you know? So I would only go if you think you're going to get like a kill or 2. So I'm fine with you staying in lane and harassing out tower. I think that's the right decision. You got your ult, so we can be looking at a kill here. Okay, again, you can be a lot more aggressive in this lane. I don't know if maybe you're scared of getting ganked because I know this guy's not showing right now, but he's an Abaddon, so he's not going to kill you. Here's the kill attempt. Not quite. I think you got to butter him up a little bit more. But it's okay, so he's pushed out of lane. You can do a lot of tower damage here. Kind of getting low on mana. Again, a stick is going to solve that problem. You could even get a bottle. Like, if you feel like you have to be really aggressive for your team, like maybe your lanes are weak and you're like, you know, I got to go gank lanes often, then I think bottle, it's a little unorthodox, but it's justifiable. I like that you're pushing while he's gone. And of course, he won't get the XP. Now you've got level advantage. Harassing tower, good. Okay, so not much else to say on the laning phase. I think he should have been way more aggressive, and you should have been a little bit more aggressive because of how he's playing. Other than that, it's looking good. Other lanes. Gotta go there. What's going on here? You could definitely, as far as ganking. So, what do you think about when going to gank? Well, step one is obviously, I want to make sure I get a kill. So for me, where's an obvious place you could go? Well, this guy's going to have chrono at level 6. So if he chronos and then you're there to attack, I think that's pretty much a kill for sure. Witch Doctor, he's got disable, so that's good. Bottom lane, you have a Lich and a Clockwork. So I think this is actually a viable ganking lane too. So you've got some good options for where you want to go. Obviously, Skywrath is missing right now. He's got his ult, so he's looking to gank. He also got an Invisor, so I'm assuming this will be disaster for all Witch Doctor here.
Boy, it doesn't use time lock?
It is not time lock. Yeah, I don't know how to explain that one. Alright, so then if you're not ganking, he's pinging you. Right, that was your fault he didn't time lock. So, good decision here.
I remember saying he was invisible too. So I was just staying under my tower until I knew where he was, and then I started pushing tower once I knew he was top.
Exactly. So what you're doing is correct. I don't think you TPing there is going to make a big difference. I think you're just going to waste your time. So much better to take his mid tower, especially this early. It's not even 10 minutes yet. His tower is almost dead. So that's just massive. I forgot they took away Strafe. It's been that long since I played Clinks.
Yeah. Sometimes I still think about that. Like, oh man, I've got to have some nukes because I can't hit them.
I was like, why didn't you level Strafe? I'm like, oh, because it doesn't exist. I don't like you dumping mana into that range creep. Because you need to manage your mana a little bit here because you don't have regen. So when he's gone, you're not contesting the CS, just auto attack the creep. Same here, like you're dumping mana into images. I don't think that's worth doing. You know, you would be at like 250 mana right now, so now you can't even ult. Skywrath's still gone.
I was just trying to push it so I could take the tower if possible.
Right, but then you need your mana to kill the tower, right? So
yeah,
just push with auto attack. It's plenty fast. Just keep autoing. So like there, another example. Really small thing, but every little inch matters. So when you hit this range creep, so you do searing arrow. You don't need another searing arrow.
Yeah.
Yep, just hit him regular. So even if you're trying to push faster, okay, totally get it, but that was wasteful.
Yeah.
So he's out of mana. He's got a mango, whatever. He's back. So unfortunately, you were not able to get the tower while he was gone. Now you need to heal. What'd you get? Okay, probably going back to base. And perhaps one value point in Skeleton Walk here is worth getting. It's going to help you get away from ganks. It's going to give you that bonus attack speed when you break Skeleton Walk, and you could get home to base a lot faster if you had 15% bonus speed. It only costs 1 point. So, you know, you're missing a little bit of armor reduction, a little bit of bonus damage, a little bit of health gain. But in exchange, you're getting attack speed and an escape, possibly a ganking tool. So sitting in lane like this, if you're ever going to skip Skeleton Walk, you need to play the way you're playing. So I'll give it to you, but just some stuff to think about. Pushing again. This Skywrath is super mobile around the map, which is probably what he should be doing. Hey, Stern, I would join this fight just because you're right here. Eyes on the prize. You want the mid player. I'm cool with that, but he gave up the chase. Okay, they got him. Death packs. I would run right back mid and get this tower. Actually, your catapult might clean it up. But I like how you played all up to now, deciding to push over ganking. I think that's the correct thing to do. I would normally say you shouldn't have gone here, but because of the haste rune, I think that was also correct. So now you just should walk up and kill this tower. There you go. One shot. Okay, good. So 11 minutes in the game, his tower's dead. Yours is almost full. That's a massive advantage. Looks like they took your safe lane tower. That's typical. I would like to see this tower a lot more hurt than it is. So your team maybe fell a little bit short there. But now that this mid tower is dead, this opens up their jungle. And this opens up bottom as a great place for you to gank. Coming up to top. So we've talked about the dead lane concept before, right? Do you know what that term means? Yeah, so coming up here, like early in the lane phase, it's okay to go gank top. Like if you got a rune or something, cool. But at this point in the game, I would not come here because you can see Skywrath's already here. Their offlaners, usually their strongest hero at this point of the game. He's certainly the highest level. He's certainly the tankiest. So you kind of don't want to play around him. And then the support's here too. And this is the farming support. So in theory, he should be stronger than the hard support, which ironically, this guy's level 6 and he's not. But typically, that's what you would expect, right? The farming support's going to be stronger. The offlaner is going to be stronger than the carry at this point in the game. So, and this is the dead lane. So this is not where you want to rotate. I don't think jungling is the right call here. I get why you're jungling. I push my lane. I kind of don't want to farm up here. I think you're correct in feeling like this is not a safe place to be. So I'm cool with that. But rather than jungling, why not just go bottom and shit on their carry and then take his tower? You know, I think that's you want to steamroll that advantage and pressure the map. And when you're jungling, you're by definition applying 0 pressure. So I think you're giving this guy a ton of space down here. And your team actually left the lane. So now your whole team is in the jungle. So what's the effect of this? I mean, these are low percentage plays. Again, it's a dead lane. So they've already got a ward up. They see you. This guy's a tough kill. Abaddon's here. Their mid's here. And then everybody left here. So now Sven's got a free lane. They're pushing your tower. This guy can just TP to outpost and be here for the fight. Right? So potentially you're looking at a 5-on-5 in this jungle, which is extremely risky, especially given that you're almost certainly fighting into their vision. Because it's once they push this tower, this is their jungle. This is no longer your jungle.
And there's really nothing to fight for there either.
Exactly.
Like,
Great
if
point.
we won the fight there, it's like, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Very good point, David. There's no objective here either. So even if you win the fight, all you did was win the fight. You win a fight down here, you take a tower. So, lower risk, higher reward. And I think that had you not jungled here, I think if instead, let's go back a little bit. Like, let's look at it from your team's perspective. So they're down here playing the lane. They're a little bit low. This guy's got a clarity and a headdress. So in theory, if you tell these guys, hey, I'm going to roll bottom and look for a gank, what can you back off and heal a little bit? He can back off, pop his clarity. He's got a Bassi and a headdress. They're going to heal up while you're on the way. Having that point in skeleton walk, again, think about just one point in that. This ward would not see you because you'd be invisible. So another reason why maybe a point by now is worth having. So you're like, hey guys, I'm going to come gank bottom. Let's fight. They can heal up. Instead, you come here to jungle. They're low. They kind of feel like they're low. So then what do? They leave the lane. So I don't agree with them leaving the lane, but this guy's low HP. This guy's low mana. So they feel like there's nothing to do here. So I think that's a big missed opportunity. And that part of the game, I think, is going to be a big cost to you guys going into the mid game. Because Sven's free farming, there's no pressure here. You're down that tower. You got mid, which is more important tower, so it's good. Mid tower is way better than your safe lane tower. So you have the better tower pushed, but I think snowballing that to here is a much more impactful play. And another thing I didn't look at, let's see what happened with the outposts, because I did not pay attention to that. So they control both outposts. So did you guys just not get an outpost for this? Let's see, you went to heal here.
So, yeah.
So when you're healing at this point at 940, I would probably be saying, guys, let's take the outpost here, and I would TP bottom and fight for it. It's a little bit late now and you missed it. Someone on your team couldn't get here. Typically, it's the enemy outpost that you take at the 10-minute mark. Again, due to the dead lane concept. So, okay, missed out on the outpost. That's...
Wait, this is the same. This is the fight we looked at earlier.
Right. I went back to check the outpost, so...
Oh. Okay.
Yep, so I'm moving forward again. Yeah, so you can see, so you guys all came up here to the hard lane, dead lane, if you will, but you didn't get anything. So your whole, literally all 5 of you moved, and you got absolutely nothing. And as we talked about, even if you take the fight and you win the fight, you still don't get anything. There's no objective there. Okay, so that's annoying, but whatever. So now you gotta go heal. These guys are back bottom, full HP, so I think at this point is the time to TP bottom and apply the pressure that should have been there to begin with. Witch Doctor's going mid. He's going to take the farm and XP. I'm okay with that. Really, he should be bottom fighting, but, you know, mid's open, so okay, fine. You TP back. And then now jungling. Okay. Running top. This is a low percentage kill, but he has Chrono, so I'm cool with this. Remember I said this would be a good time to gank if he has Chrono, because he sets you up. Okay, and now it's a waste, because he's just gone. Yep. So, I mean, think about it. You took that mid tower like about 10.5 minutes, right? So we're about 4.5 minutes. Has that massive advantage gotten you?
No, not really.
Nothing. Yeah, nothing. You spent your time up here in the hard lane and on this camp. So then looking back at the end of the game, we saw the score. You had a great game and everyone else was feeding. And it's like, man, shit team. In a funny way, it's almost your fault, just because if you came here to apply this pressure, this makes their game way easier. Mm-hmm. And the only reason I say it's your fault isn't because it's literally your fault. I'm sure they could have played this lane better. I mean, this guy's down 4 levels on Sven. That's not entirely your fault, right? Like, clearly they did not play the lane very well. But if you come down here, because you played your lane great, you didn't die mid at all, you didn't get a kill, but you took his tower, you opened up this whole jungle, but you didn't take advantage of it. Your team should be living in this jungle. There's no mid tower. You guys should be operating in here. And they should know that. But if you come here and play here, they're going to be pulled towards you because they're just going to understand Clinks is strong. Let's go play with Clinks. You don't even have to necessarily tell them. You know, they're just going to get it. Like, this guy's really strong. He's playing down here. You come down here, maybe you can do something about the outpost. I know that was before you took the tower, but nonetheless, the 10-minute outpost is huge. I mean, I'd like to see some stats on how many teams lose a game where they don't get a first outpost. It's probably like 65%. I'm sure it's a very huge amount. So anyways, I think all this is stemming from just you had a great early game. You had a really strong advantage. You're very strong on the map, but then you didn't bring it to this lane. Mm-hmm. You didn't kill their carry. You didn't kill this tower. Instead, you jungled and came into the heart lane. So I think that is a lot of the reason that this game went wrong. So at this point, I don't think it's even worth watching past that.
No.
I think you just should have snowballed harder, because you set yourself up great. Like, in my opinion, you did the hard part. You built that early advantage. You took the mid tower. That's the tough part. From there, it's just recognizing I'm super strong. I can go apply pressure, and I can shut down their carry. So if you shut down that carry, this game's way different. Great replay. Cool. Very good replay. I think that was super valuable. So I'm glad that worked out the way it did.
Yeah, I agree. That's very, oh, man. I think I played a little too afraid of the Skywrath too in general. Like, part of the reason I wasn't roaming around there is I was thinking, oh, he's probably going to see me. He's going to come out, A-toast me, and just ult me, and I'm dead. So,
and another thing to think about, if you're scared of him, which, okay, rightfully so, if you have that 1 point in Skeleton Walk and you have that magic wand full of stick charges, he's not going to be able to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
One, he's going to have to buy dust, and two, he's still not going to kill you. And if you happen to have a death pact on at the time, you're not even going to almost die. Like, he'll get you to half, you know? So I think you gave him a little bit too much respect. And if you're really, 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 really concerned about it, you could just get like a casual cloak. Or better yet, why not a raindrop? That's going to give you mana regen. It's less than half the cost of the cloak, and it's going to solve your problem of, you know, I'm not afraid of this guy anymore.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And then looking back at this win rate graph, so you can see that Dota Plus liked their draft better. It said, you know, from the beginning, they were favored to win. Here's your laning phase. You pull ahead. I'd say about here is where the tower died. And then that next like couple minutes, do you remember you guys all went to the dead lane? And look
Mm-hmm.
what happened during that time.
Yeah.
That steep slope is when Sven is jungling or farming uncontested, and you guys are just sitting around 5 man in the jungle, no XP getting gained, no farm getting gained. And I'd say
Mm-hmm.
this couple minute, I mean, the graph tells the story. That's where the game got fucked.
That's a very classic graph there, I think.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's like opposite stock market right now.
Yeah,
So,
basically. No, but it totally. I think that's very valuable insight on that replay.
yeah,
Because I just feel like that's a very classic replay of what happens when you don't capitalize on your advantage.
exactly. I mean, and that's really what it came down to. And my team is kind of struggling with this too. We'll have an advantage, and we do not properly apply pressure. And we try, but we either do the wrong thing or we're not aggressive enough, and it's just that loses you the game when you play like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, any other of these replays you want to check out, or you want to go into a live game?
The maybe the Queen of Pain game. That one was, if you want to.
I,
I think it would be. I want to look at the. I kind of want to try applying some of the Clink stuff, but I think this one might be good to look at too.
I agree because this is a hero that should be roaming much more than it Clinks would in the early part of the game, and that's
Yeah,
something you wanted to talk about. So,
if I remember correctly, I didn't roam at all hardly with her in this game. I think that's why
okay,
I didn't submit the replay because I kind of knew partly, like I'm never gonna win lane versus Kunga, so he's just gonna take the tower, and there's really nothing I can do about it. So I probably should have just been out on the map more.
yeah, he is a really obnoxious hero to lane against. Like it's hard for me to even think of like a lane that Kunkka just can't play in. Like I feel like he's always gonna at least be able to lane. Like, you know,
Yeah, Skywrath Mage can dump on him. Who else?
he'll be okay
Ursa.
though. Yeah,
Ursa.
Ursa's a good one, but even with like
I
a
don't
bracer,
know. I don't know. I think usually Kunka beats Ursa too. If he
yeah,
just, as long as he
because
doesn't get snowballed on early, he just.
as long as he doesn't take a bunch of unnecessary Fury swipes and he's got Tidebringer hitting Ursa every time, I can see Kunkka winning that lane too.
I think
So,
Monkey King is the one that he has to worry about because of the. That's just yeah.
anyways, so looking at this, let's see the lineups. Late game looks about even to me. Um, there could be a stage in this game where PA is just one-shotting supports and then you win. So I would maybe slightly favor you guys late game. But I don't think either team is under a lot of pressure to end this game by a certain time. So I think both teams are comfortable going late game.
Well, considering I have a, let me check it here. I have a 24% win rate versus Juggernaut. I'd say they're favored.
Okay, that's rough. That's real bad. So maybe we can talk about how to play against Jug a little bit too. Okay, so you blocked so hard that he's on your tower. I like this aggressive harass. I think you only got one CS that first wave, so that's kind of rough. Yep, definitely keep hitting him. Good. Slow it down a little bit. Do your best to dodge Tidebringer. Looks like you are cognizant of that, so that's good.
Yeah, it's one of those things that's like you need to do, but you basically cannot do because the range is so long and it's so wide.
Yeah, you can try the whole lane. You might dodge a couple. Like if he is equally cognizant of it, it's pretty hard to just dodge it. Okay, I like what you're doing here. See, I would have liked to see you be this aggressive with Clinks. I understand why you weren't, because as you played Skywrath against me, that's why you don't. But you're able to do different things when your opponent's not doing what they're supposed to do. So in the same way that Spin was able to farm because you weren't pressuring him, you were able to bully the Skywrath because he wasn't properly pressuring you. So you get, like, don't play to what you're supposed to do. This is going to sound really weird. Don't play to what you should do. Play to what you're allowed to do, because those are not always the same thing. And there's no reason to give up extra advantage that they're giving you because you're not supposed to have it. And that's like almost being an autistically fair player. Like, he's fucking up, but I'm not supposed to be able to do this, so I'll let him have it. Like, no, fuck that. Take his points.
I tried to get his courier, but yeah,
Yeah,
no.
that was really aggressive. I don't, even if you got it, I don't think that would have been worth it, just because of where the creeps were coming. Obviously, you
Yeah.
couldn't see the creeps, but based on the timer, you should know that they're coming. And now, actually, now you're fucked. That actually lost you the lane. So this guy's 5-0. You were 8-8, and you were crushing him. And now you're almost dead. So you bring him regen. I mean, hindsight's 2020, right? In the
Oh
moment,
yeah.
I know that courier's like, oh hell yeah, I'm gonna kill this guy's courier, but that backfired pretty big time there. Okay, so all the regen's gone. Dodge that, nice. Barely
Yeah,
missed
like
CS.
mechanically, this is a hero that I'm very comfortable with. It's just I don't know, the macro of how I approached this was not quite right.
Yeah,
Even if I fall behind, I'm very confident with her. It's just I don't know the
I agree with you. I think your mechanics are honestly pretty solid. Like that's not been the issue with the lanes at all. Like I would say that you were mechanically outplaying everybody you're playing against. It's the like big picture decision making and the pressure that I think is so far what I'm seeing not going well. And in this game, you were pressuring him very well, so you did a great job. It was just that courier debated you, and that made your lane way harder. I do think you should have got a bottle. So you went boots and mango, and now you're going to be
hmm
dumping. You're going to need another salve, and frankly, you should have brought up a clarity too. So
yeah,
that's
that's
a
true.
lot of gold missing. And what are the boots doing? You didn't need boots. He doesn't have boots. You were doing fine in this lane. The boots were not needed. So I think that your item choice here was a problem. Like now he's able to push up past your tier 1. You missed a range creep deny, and that's all because you've taken so much damage and don't have a bottle. And especially as Quap, you're looking to roam, right? So bottle is pretty crucial. Because
Yeah,
you could have
I
got
could have
this bounty.
refilled it just now. Yeah.
Yep, you could have got. You're basically guaranteed one bounty rune. This one, as a mid player, like this is
I
gonna
usually
be. Yeah.
Yeah, I usually don't buy bottle, but I feel like Quap's like the one hero I could still buy it on. My
Yep.
experience though generally is if I buy bottle, I'll never get a single rune after that. But
Well, I mean, sometimes you're gonna get unlucky, but that's very rare. You shouldn't play with the thought that I'm gonna get screwed and super unlucky.
yeah, I guess it just happens so many times where I've gotten a bottle and then it's like I try to go get a rune, it spawns on the other side, and then I go for a bounty rune, and their whole team's there waiting for me. It's like,
Well, I think it's just you always remember the times you got fucked, but you never remember
yeah,
the times where it was fine. You know what I
exactly.
mean? So
Especially in Queen of
that's
Pain, you have
bias.
like one of the easiest jobs of or times of getting to there and right as it's spawning.
Yep, exactly. I mean, you're so Quap's amazing because you can push the lane with Scream. You have Blink, so you're basically guaranteed to get. I would say at least half these runes. And the other thing I want to look at, so it's bugged. I don't think you're invisible. Yeah, you're not invisible right now. So the runes. Sorry about that. So the runes bottom, and you blink aggressively to get it because you want to deny him the rune, but you have no
hmm
bottle. So you get this rune. You're missing XP on the tower,
hmm
and that was a huge cost to you. So like these little things, you're still 22-15 to 18-1 CS. But I think if you got a bottle and you would have more mana, so you would have been able to push out this wave. Actually, mana wasn't the problem. Your HP was. Okay. Oh, you might be dead. All right.
Just Kunkka things.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot to talk about there. So okay. So the reason you missed all this experience on your tower is not because you had no mana to push. It's because you had no HP to push. Bottle
hmm
solves that problem. So you have the bottle. You're able to push. At 6 minutes, you're already at the rune. The lane's on his tower. So there's no risk. You don't even have to use your blink. You're just there. Maybe you want to take that invis bottom and go kill the lich. You
hmm
have the time to do it because it's pushed. You're waiting at the bot. Let's say you chose bottom, which here's an interesting thought. If you don't know which side's going to have the rune and you're going to pick one, which side should you pick?
Probably decide towards this, whichever lane you think has more kill threat.
Exactly. The lane you think you're going to be able to gank. So that I would say would be bottom. This guy's got a dispel and a heal, and this support's got an escape too. And typically you've got weaker heroes. In this case, you have a PA and a Rubik, so this lane's kind of weak. And your Rubik is
Oh, yeah.
leveling Lift over Fable, so this guy definitely don't want to go top. Like, what the fuck's gonna happen here? Like, you're gonna waste your time. Bottom, Jug's a tough kill, but if Blade Fury's down, you can kill him in that time. So you can tell your team like, hey, try to bait Blade Fury, and if they succeed, now you can kill him. So that's huge. Lich is definitely gonna die. Like, for sure, you're gonna kill this guy. You could kill this guy. You could kill this guy with proper preparation. So
Mm-hmm.
I think this all is going back to your item choice. I think mechanically you outplayed this Kunkka. I think in the lane you made mostly good decisions about harassing and farming. You missed some CS here and there. Okay, that's just a function of getting better. Like, that's fine. Not a big deal. Little thing, don't worry about it. But I think the item choice is what's messing this up. And then as far as this kill, so let's talk about this kill. That's at the perfect time. Okay. So starting with your ult is super wrong. Do you know
Mm-hmm.
why? Why might that be the wrong thing to do?
Because if he gets his boat off, maybe, I don't know. I guess also because he fogged me, so I pushed him away from me, so I got less right click. Like I might have been able to like scream, right click, or scream dagger, right click, and right click him, and then ult him.
That's
I don't.
that's all true, but not, I think, the most important reason. The most important reason, let's say that you're full HP and he's not going to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
If you start with ult, he just TPs. He can just boat you to get the damage reduction, and then he can just TP out. But if you
Yeah.
hold ult for the kill confirmation, then you're not going to waste your ult unless you know he's going to die. But if you just
Mm-hmm.
open with ult here, he boats. Again, let's just pretend you're full HP. He just... Jeez. Can you hear that?
It's not very well, but I hear
Oh,
something.
okay, I've got noise canceling software that's working pretty well. My son's just going behind me, and it's maybe I'll turn it off just so you can give it a little bit, and then I'll turn it back on. But he's being ridiculous. So anyway, so that's why you shouldn't start with ult. All your points were true, but they're little factors. The big factor is you don't want to use it unless you're confirming the kill. Because the worst thing that happens is you ult and didn't get a kill for it.
I
And
don't
actually,
know about this. It's like one of those random things, but like I don't know if. Yeah, I'm probably here. I probably should have just blinked out of his combo.
you didn't have mana for the blink, so that's okay. But here's another thing. Let's just watch. I'm sorry. I know this is probably like torture to watch this over and over. I'm sorry,
No, it's fine.
but it's important. So okay, so you start there. You saw him put up his hands. You see him casting spells, right?
Yeah, I should probably walk away.
Yes. Just walk. Just walk. Like, you should be watching for that. He didn't have X. He should have 1 point in X, but he didn't. But you see him casting spells, and you have to know, like, all I need to do is just not get hit by his shit. They're skill shots, and you can see them. What are the odds
Mm-hmm.
this guy misses on purpose, predicting you blink or walk away? 0, right? Like, that's not going to happen until you're like 6K. And even
Yeah,
then, half the time, they're still not going to do it. Then it's like a guessing game. Do I miss on
yeah.
purpose, or do I hit it? It's a 50-50.
It's like when you
So,
watch those highlight videos of invokers sunstriking people in really bizarre
yeah, like,
things.
exactly.
It's like
Misses on purpose and then actually hits because of that.
if you watch Miracle play Invoker, you see he misses sunstrikes quite a bit, where he's just trying to predict something and he guesses wrong. But
Right,
you know,
because he understands at his level, if he does the obvious one, he misses every single time because they're
yep.
gonna juke, you know. So then, talking about being a roaming mid, I think the problem here is because it all stems back to not buying that bottle. You have not had any opportunity to roam because this guy is always in lane. It's staying pushed. You're either too low to go or, the lane's not pushed. So all that comes back to buying a bottle. So
Mm-hmm.
replay this game. You buy the bottle. This guy's dead probably twice at this point because I'm telling you, you're just a better player than him. So I think you would
Mm-hmm.
have killed him multiple times. your CS would have been probably like 45. Are you hearing him now? I'll turn.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just like
I'll.
the
Yeah,
old zombie going on over
it should be going away. I turned the software back on, but
there. No, you're
but
fine.
yeah. So at this point, you would have what the fuck? I'm sorry, dear.
Dear.
That was kind of funny. Yeah. So at this point, you would have probably like 45 last hits, 25 denies, which is going to be that much more gold. You would have at least one kill, probably two. And I imagine that when you had that Invis rune, you would have killed bottom lane too. So you probably have an additional kill. So I think at that point, you would have your bottle and you would probably also have power treads. And you would be quite strong right now. I think you would be so strong if you wanted to. You could even come top and kill their off lane. You
Mm-hmm.
know? So I think that's the issue here was just not buying the bottle because you're overemphasizing all those times you bought the bottle and you're like, I lost the game because I bought this bottle and I can't get a freaking rune. You know, and that happens, but it's not common and you should not make decisions based on those fringe times where you got fucked extra hard. You know,
Yeah.
like I know that leaves the biggest emotional impact, but it's tainting, it's biasing your decision making.
Can't you refill your bottle with the courier too?
I don't think you can do that anymore.
Oh,
You
that's too
could do
bad.
that for a while, and it was just people would even buy an additional courier just to ferry bottles harder. As far as your skill build, so against a melee hero, a lot of co-ops like to level Shadow Strike up to the third level to get that
Mm-hmm.
8 second cooldown and the extra damage. Um, if you do that, you're not quite as good at ganking. Shadow Strike's still great for ganking, but the reason I think you don't gank as well is because Scream of Pain is how you push the wave. So
Yeah.
you lose your ability to quickly push the wave, which means less gank opportunity. So when you go to gank, Shadow Strike's actually probably the better ganking skill, but you won't have the opportunity. So
Yeah.
that's the
Plus,
thing
you get
there.
so much burst damage with Scream of Pain too. It's sometimes it's good against those guys that like to just spin, like the Juggernaut. He might just try to spin TP out or something if you can't.
Right. So Jug can spin. This guy can dispel. So maybe that's what you're thinking. Like, I don't want to level Shadow Strike this game because, yes, it's good in my lane, but it's shit in the other lanes. So I'd rather
Mm-hmm.
have Scream. Okay. Fair point. But if you're doing that, then you should, all the more reason, you should have the bottle anyway. But all the more
Yeah.
reason to get the bottle and to focus on pushing out your lane and then making moves with runes. So I think you've got inconsistent decision making. On the one hand, you
Mm-hmm.
decided I want Scream because I want the burst damage. I want to be able to push the lane. Okay, cool. But then you don't have bottle, so you can't roam. You know, whereas if you want to just sit in the lane and max Shadow Strike and just like totally shut down their Kunkka, then maybe that's when you don't get a bottle. Maybe you get a couple mangoes, you get early treads, and early wand or something, and you just play in the. Actually, what you would probably do is you get a second null talisman and go into treads and buy a couple mangoes. That's
Mm-hmm.
probably the better way because then you're maxing out your stats and you're just hitting harder, sitting in lane, crushing their mid. So I think either option is valid, but pick one and be consistent. You know, follow
Mm-hmm.
through with even if it's the wrong decision once you've made it. I think you're better off just following through and trying your best to make it work because switching halfway is just you get the worst of both. You know, you don't get the benefits of either and you get the detriments of both. So,
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense to switch an item build sometimes or whatever, but as far as like your methodology of what you're trying to do, I feel like it's best to I don't know. It's like if you're building a radiance and you buy the sacred relic, but then you're like, or you're almost a sacred relic, and then you're like, I think I'm gonna fight now. It's like
yeah,
what?
I mean, sometimes there are cases where you just need to get a different item. Like it happens, but I think at this point in the game, you're not there. Like
No, this is still low. This is still like where every little like just committing to one thing at least gets you something you can use.
right. So I think mostly there's not much else to cover this game, but I will see what happens on the outposts because I think that's pretty important. And again,
Yeah,
so
that's something I haven't been as conscious of as I should. Is the objectives.
yeah,
I usually
I'm
just look and see like, oh, we have one, okay, and then I just
yeah. Well,
leave it
I'm
at that.
telling you, man, if that like what you got to make sure never happens is you don't get any outposts in the 10-minute mark. Sometimes by
Yes,
20 minutes you're too far behind to get one. Okay, fine. But at 10 minutes there I would argue there's no excuse that you didn't get it unless like one of their players made a big outplay and took it last second somehow. Even if they fed to do
exactly.
it, it was still worth it. So like
Especially for
sometimes
the supports that are like
yeah,
dying for that level 6 at 10 minutes.
yeah, so like and that'll be the guy that'll come do it. Like a support will go feed in order to take that outpost last second. Like some that's just a and that's an outplay. Sometimes that'll happen. Okay, there's your
Hmm.
excuse. But if that's not the case, I don't think you can ever say we're so far behind at 10 minutes we can't get either outpost. Sorry, I don't buy it. Maybe it'll
Hmm.
happen, but I just can't see it. So,
You should always at least have someone there to guard it so no one smokes in and takes it and whatnot. So.
so I think okay. He tried to kill you there. He failed. So all right, he tried to kill you, so you're not going to be involved in any outposts this game, well, at this time because you got to go heal. Luckily, you're going to hold this one, and they're going to hold theirs. So I think what happened here is neither team cared. You know, just neither team made a move for any outpost. So okay, fine, but that gives you the opportunity where if you were not hurt and you were here, maybe you just solo take this outpost and deny them an outpost. And again, my made up statistic is you're going to win 60 to 65% of games where they don't have the first outpost. So I
Hmm.
know I'm just making that up, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's actually harder than that. Anyway, not much else to cover here. I saw you sent me another replay already.
Yeah,
So
that's the last one I had. This is like an example of where like I had a really hard time ending the game.
gotcha. Okay.
Well, we lost it, but it was like I didn't know what to do with my. It's like this one of the things where you get ahead, but you can't win the game.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll take a look at that. I
We
always
don't have
like
to
to,
spend long on it. I just wanted to go ahead.
yeah. So I like to look at the graphs at the end. So looking at the win probability, this spike here was where you died to Conka,
Hmm.
right? So that was it. Um, they were already kind of pulling ahead. Okay, fine. This is not an insurmountable lead, but I think here, once you're this high, the game is significantly harder to win.
Hmm.
Here, no big deal. But imagine this goes differently. You have bottle, you definitely kill this Kunkka. So I think at this point in the game, this line is spiked down to, let's say here, probably about
Hmm.
even. And then you go bottom and kill our bottom. Now suddenly you're here. And then what happens after you kill bottom? It's going to be about this point in the game. What happens in a minute? Outpost. So then you take their outpost. Now, instead of here, I think it's totally reversed. You're like here. I think you're massively ahead at that point. Your DK was your offlaner. So guess what? DK's level 6 with that outpost. He ults, you're still bottom, you take their safe lane tower. So like literally those small little things that happen mid, I think if you play it differently and sort of do the blueprint I just talked about, at 11 minutes, their tower is dead. They didn't get an outpost. Their mid has been killed. Their carry has been killed. And you are here on the win rate.
Hmm.
I mean, you're in a commanding position to win that game. So it's crazy because I think overall you're doing well. I think that individually you're better than the players you're playing against. And this has been a recurring theme with every time we do coaching. The way it looks to me is that you're better than your opponents mechanically. But what you're missing is using those mechanics to get that advantage and to build that advantage and to carry it through the game and to pressure the lanes and to shut down their players. Because I think you are giving them way too many opportunities. I'm not going to
Yeah,
watch my
I
own
think that's.
stream.
Oh, wrong person.
Yeah.
Someone was like the guy that was wanting to join. I was like, sorry, I
Oh, that was
but you
dear.
can watch it here if you want.
Gotcha. Okay.
I think he's in a game though. So, all right. Yeah, we don't have to spend long on this last one because I wanted to get into looking at trying to apply some of that stuff. But this is one that was just like, what?
Oh my god, this hurts. This is I'm glad you're bringing this. This is exactly the kind of replay that you want to bring because this was. Look at that, like 98, 97% win rate, and you lost.
It was
So
the Alchemist that was losing too. So it's like, okay, what on earth, guys? Alchemist 98% loss probability and then still wins the game. It's like, okay, that should
Yeah.
not happen.
So
It was
let's
more so
think.
the drow, but still, like that shouldn't happen.
Oh,
I
I'm
think
very.
I was low key tilted that game.
Oh, I'm
After
sure. There's
I
no
was, I
fucking
think
way you don't get tilted on this loss. There's no way.
like I think we might have lost partly because I was so tilted, but it's
Could
like,
be.
come on, guys, I handed you the game on a silver platter and we just throw it away.
Yeah.
I'm
Could
pretty sure
be.
most of my team reported me, and the other team was like, okay, whatever.
Well, your team might have been right from their perspective because what they see is a fat ass morphling, way bigger than anyone in this game, and you didn't carry them. So
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's your fault, but from their perspective, they're like, "What the hell, guy? Like we gave this guy a great game." Like they're thinking, "We put him in a position where he's super huge and he didn't pull through, so fuck him." That's all they're
Hmm.
thinking about.
Yeah.
Um, and this kind of goes with like my narrative on your gameplay is that you're better than your opponents mechanically, but strategically you're making big mistakes and letting them back in the game. I mean, you've brought me a game where you crushed it. You're look at the score, like you're clearly owning this game. Like you are a player who is single-handedly outplaying the entire game. You're higher level, you're way more farmed, you're killing everybody. That's I've seen this happen many times for you. And as a player like that, it's especially important that you understand how to press your advantage and how to not feed away your advantage. Because there
Hmm.
are lots of players who can do what you're doing and they start their game 10-0 and then they die once and then they say GG shit team and then they lose the game and
Yeah.
they blame their team for it. But it's not your team's fault if you're way ahead and then you mishandle your advantage and die a couple times. That's
Right.
not their fault. Even if you can look at it and say, well, they misplayed this fight, they fucked that up, they shouldn't have lost that fight. It's like, well, maybe if you're so far ahead, you shouldn't be taking a fight that you could possibly lose.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So like, it's that weird paradox where it's always your fault, even if it's not. Just because if you don't think it's your fault, then that means you can't learn anything and you can't you forfeit control, right? So
Hmm.
in exchange for giving up control and your free will, you get no blame. You get the freedom of it's not my fault, shit team. You get to write it off. It's off your
I'm a
conscience.
victim.
Yes, exactly. And that feels so good, man. Like it's so nice when nothing's your
Does it
fault.
though?
It does because nothing's your fault, and that's an awesome feeling. But you know what's a better feeling in the long term? Having control over your life, and that's the
Hmm.
alternative, right? So you take the hit now and say, "Yep, I'm just gonna say it was my fault, and it makes me feel shitty now, but I can learn something and improve later." So it's that long term versus short term reward. What do you want to do?
Hmm.
Uh,
Wonder what's going on with this download.
yeah, as far as what I want to do, I want to download this replay.
Mine's yeah. I actually tried loading the replay just now and it loaded for me. So maybe you need to restart the client.
I'll try.
I mean, I could try screen sharing it back to you, but I don't know if that really makes.
That I mean, dude, at that point, let's just sync up the fucking
Yeah, let's
replay.
just do
you
something
know,
else if we can.
that's like less retarded, but I would love to just not have to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I guess we can't sync up the replay if I
No, and
can't
that
load
would.
it. My gosh, I don't know if
I
you're
heard
hearing him.
something.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn it off
Someone was.
again because he's going particularly ham right now. So that's Nathan. That's my youngest.
Aha! He's talking.
Oh yeah, he's what 9 months old now. He's almost 9 months.
Yeah, I think that
Yeah.
sounds right.
As of yesterday.
All right. Well, let me just flip that back on.
He
If
talks more than Adam does, huh?
I don't know. Adam talks a lot, but he's in bed right now. All right, I'm gonna try having him in my lap, and I'll kick him out if it's unmanageable.
Hmm.
Looking at me, begging. All right. Now, know how you're a cord fiend. I am. This is David's time, okay? And if you can't participate, then I'm gonna have to boot you. Dude, I can't get this replay to go. All right, how about
Yeah, maybe try. Maybe what if you look at my match history here and try
okay?
it alternatively that way? If that doesn't work, then
When was it? This was 418. Okay.
yeah, if you just look at my match history, you scroll down like one
Yep.
page or
It was
whatever.
4. Was it this one?
Yeah, a little more.
No, it was
There it
it was
goes.
3:40
That one right,
a.m.
right up a
Yep,
little bit, up a little bit.
I got
Yeah,
it.
there you go.
Let's try
That
restarting
was
this
not.
client again.
That's 3:40 a.m. your time.
Yeah, that's true. All right, actually, I got another idea. Let me find where Dota replays get saved on my hard drive. Let me delete it because maybe it's like
Yeah.
the file is screwed up. And then, hey, I'm telling you, man, I'm
Replay
happy to
bugs are
hold
the
you.
funniest thing with Dota.
Yeah.
I was watching one the other day, and there was like this ancient camp where the ancients were all lying on their sides or on their backs, and like the tower was doing the same thing too. Like there was a tower that was just on the ground, but it was still shooting and stuff. Like what on earth?
So like it's like what Steam apps, common, Dota 2 beta. Yep, I need the Dota 2 beta. Game
Wow.
core maybe under core. What about
Still
under
in
Dota?
beta.
Replays. Okay, replays. Here's a bunch. Let me just delete literally all of them. Holy shit, there's so many.
I don't.
How
Yeah, I don't even watch replays a ton, but I don't know how they add up like they do.
damn, dude, that's 2 gigs of replays. Let's just dump those. Holy smokes. All right.
Oh boy.
Well, maybe that'll fix it. Let me try again. And if it still doesn't work, then we'll just do the thing where you stream to me and we'll watch it together through your mouse and keyboard. Which
All right.
not ideal, but I think it's better than not watching because you're right. This replay we need to watch for sure.
Yeah, it's worth looking at. I have one similar to that. Well, not really. It's different. I have one I want to show you, but we don't have to see it for the lesson. I just wanted you to see something. It was painful. It was my Battle Cup last week, actually.
Okay. I forget the match discussion's even there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I think it's doing that thing again.
Huh.
All right. Well, you want to stream to me on Discord?
Sure. Let's see. How do
What
I
a
do
shame.
something?
So at the bottom, it's the picture of the monitor with like an arrow on it,
Mm-hmm.
and then
So I guess I stop watching and then I share my screen.
right. I try to use applications, but it never shows Dota, so I just have to share my actual like full screen. So I hope maybe it'll show Dota for you, but it never does for me. It's kind of
There we
weird.
go.
Okay, and let me actually stream Discord to my stream now that I think about it, because this would be terrible content, and it will screw up your VOD as well. Let's see. Okay. Why is it not showing Discord? Wait a minute, is it up there tiny? Hey, don't pull that. I'm gonna kick you off. It's final warning, dude. Don't want. Okay, maybe I disable streamer mode, and then that'll work.
Well, hello. Is it even showing you Dota 2?
No.
Huh.
Oh, yeah, it is. It is.
Oh,
But
okay.
I am.
You're wrestling with
Oh,
other issues.
now I hear your music too. This guy is robot auto-tuned out of his mind. Alright. Let me try one more time. I'm not getting Discord to show up on my stream, so
What program are you using for streaming?
OBS.
It doesn't allow you to just pick the window and
I'm
pick
gonna
the
try it by
application?
window. I went by the application, but let's just try
Okay.
window capture. That's my plan B. Alright,
Application does seem a little glitchy sometimes.
you're off, buddy. I'm sorry. I tried.
I think application is a little glitchy in OBS sometimes.
Is this the Dota music or is this your own music?
What's it sound like?
It's got like a flute in the background and it's building tension.
Oh, yeah, that's Dota music.
Dude, I've never heard the Dota music. That's
Really?
wild. Literally never. I have it disabled.
Oh.
I don't know why
Yeah, let me
Discord
turn
won't
that
show
down.
anything.
I'll turn that down so it doesn't cause you problems.
Discord, why are you so toxic? Come on. Let me try restarting Discord. Maybe that'll do it.
All right.
Just a moment. I'm sorry for the technical problems, guys. Call me a boomer. Okay. Now, what the hell? It showed... Oh my gosh. It showed the audio program I'm using to filter out background noise as the Discord window.
What?
Yeah, like it'll show that, but it won't show Discord. Why is that?
Okay, I see on the stream, I'm seeing like the top left corner.
Yeah, the
of,
black box.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's like
supposed
the
to be
top.
Discord.
I was seeing Dota actually.
Weird.
So it was like part of the screen.
Alright, I'm gonna try making an entirely new scene. And I will make this scene only Discord.
See, I see Dota where it says Radiant Victory, but that's all I see.
Yeah.
OBS is so buggy though when you're trying to find inputs.
Whoops.
I don't know. Using OBS,
I have also had issues getting new inputs in. I like OBS, but this definitely happens.
yeah, I feel like it works fine if you're just streaming a game, but it's not fine if you're.
What the fuck? My god, dude. All right,
Are you able to just show just a display?
I
don't know how
tried.
many displays you
I
have.
tried. Yeah, I tried that. Like just literally showing my whole screen capture. It didn't work. Let me try again on the new scene, and maybe that'll do it. To show. my gosh. Streamer mode got re-enabled. Okay, that's the problem. Disable. I disabled it again, but it's still not displaying. Oh, one more try. So Windows settings, open Discord, start minimize tray. Oh my gosh.
I think this is why most streamers they don't do like impromptu stuff because
Yeah,
they like have
usually
to
there's
stick to this set
preparation
script.
that goes in,
Well, that's what they
but
got tons of time because that's all they do, right? So not all of them, but they have to prepare a program ahead of time and like try out everything they're gonna do ahead of time. And if it's new, they probably won't try it because this might happen.
I'm not even seeing anything about streamer settings other than like what it automatically pops up with. Oh Christ. I'm sorry.
You're
I'm so
fine.
sorry everybody involved. David, my tens of adoring fans. Hopefully that joke's still funny.
Tens of adoring fans.
Yeah, there's at least 10 of them.
Hey, you see, you get a little group together sometimes. When I tune in, usually got a few people watching.
Oh man. Order, move to top. That didn't do it. Oh my
Dendy's
gosh.
streaming right now for 2,800, but that's Dendy. So.
Nice. Not bad. You can definitely make money off that.
Yeah.
Score EXE. Oh my gosh. All right, I give up.
Okay. Well, sorry about that.
Yeah, me too. It's nobody's fault. I'll blame technology. Cement my boomer status.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with Streamlabs. That's just it's
And
so
I
hard
don't
to
know
get the
what's
right
up.
input sometimes.
And also, why can't I just download this replay? Like what's the deal with that? All right,
Yeah, I was able to.
I'm
So
gonna try one more thing. So maybe if I go into the replay file, which doesn't exist, so it definitely did not download. I was gonna maybe like manually open the replay file, but it didn't actually download. So don't give me that look. I see you eating that cord.
sounds like my chinchilla.
Yeah, basically. I've never had a chinchilla, but I'm sure there's a lot of similarities.
Yeah, there is.
I need a dummy cord that he can just have that I don't care about.
Next, chew on stuff, right?
Yeah. But it's a lot more interesting if it's something he's not supposed to have.
Oh, of course. Forbidden fruit effect.
Okay, I'm kind of scared to hit this download replay button again. Yeah, I don't think it's happening. It doesn't get to the point where it brings up the progress bar.
It's like it knows there was an instance you were trying to do before, and it's just
Okay. I'll tell you what,
blocking
David.
you.
When we're done, let's come back to this and we'll do it off stream. Because this is eating up a lot of your time.
Yeah.
This has been like 15 minutes that we've been trying to do this, and I can't stream it anyway. So let's just do this at the end to make up the extra 15 minutes
Okay.
because I do think this is probably the most valuable replay of them all to go over, and we can't. So
Okay. Yeah, that's
plan
fair.
B.
All right. So let me exit out of the replay here. All right.
Any other replays you want to try?
There was one I wanted to look at, but it was like I guess we could look at it. It was. I know why kind of we lost that one. Oh man, but it's I don't know. This one's just straight up like sad. I don't even know how helpful it is. We probably don't need long to look at this one. Oh man.
Oh my gosh, dude, you were gonna strangle yourself. Holy smokes. This is why I don't give you cables.
It's like first I put it in my mouth, then I wrap it around my neck and I pull. So this one works. I don't even know what the graph looks like on this one. Let me see. Pretty much has an advantage where they have like a 15-20%. It's just starting out that says they have a 15% win probability.
Okay. Go ahead and end your Discord stream and rejoin mine.
Oh, my bad. I forgot that was still up.
It's okay. I already told you, and then I'm like, why didn't he reply? And I'm like, oh, I'm muted. So I had to unmute myself. Can you see?
Here we go. I see you.
Okay, good.
I was watching on your stream online, so that's why I was that's why I was behind.
That's them. You're dire. Okay, so you're mid on Lena. The Blightstone, interesting. Juicy against
Yeah, something
Alk.
I've been trying out a little bit because I'm like, hey, if I'm up against some hero, I'm going to be able to hit a lot and then hit them even harder.
Okay, so something to think about. I see that you're one of the mid players that likes to block their lane over fight for a bounty rune. I believe that is the right thing to do. So I agree with you there. But this game's different. Do you know why?
Alchemist.
Alchemist, that's right. So against an Alchemist, I would say this is the one time that you should be helping your team to take as many bounties as possible. Other than that, I'm totally fine with you not being there. I think it's a fine decision to make.
I'm not even sure if I do the block. It feels bad when you stay back to block and then you miss the block.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to do that. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Let's speed this up a little bit. Go ×2. So they're stacking up on top to get bounties.
30 seconds to battle.
These guys don't do anything, but they're probably not going to kill a DK being healed with this passive. So I'd like to see DK go here. Do they contest at all? They do contest. Okay, so
DK.
And you actually did go take a bounty. Okay. Interesting. I lost sight of you because I thought you'd already made up your mind. Okay, so you came to this one. I think if you're going to do this, you should go all the way and come to this one. Because this is really the one that gets contested, right? The only time you should drop back to this one is if you do not see their support here. And I don't know if you noticed in my games, but when I know that their team fights better than my team, I'll have my carry stay here to keep their attention, and I will come up and around and take their bounty. So that would be the time where you should be on this one. Otherwise, I do agree with your decision to fight, but you need to be here. And you can kind of see, like, Slark is really good at these little rune fights because he just takes his passive. And, you know, against a strength hero like Underlord, it's just really hard to fight the Slark. But if you're there, I think you make a big difference with an LSA, with your armor reduction between 3 heroes hitting them. Oh my gosh. Oh, why did he do that? Oh man. And then of course, did you see he pinged you?
Yeah.
That's so So classic. So do you know these guys, or are they just randoms you picked up?
They were. I think I knew one. I know one of them, but the rest of them were randoms.
Okay,
I forget who it was. No, wait, no, I take that back. The whole team was random.
gotcha. Nice. Good job. I was looking to see if you were going to stun him on that range creep and deny it, and you did. So very good. Let's switch to CS. So another thing here, I want to see you aggro this creep wave to pull them. You almost did there. This is a recurring theme. If you're in a lane where you hit the other mid, and you knew you were because you went Blightstone, which again, I've not seen a Lina mid Blightstone, but I'm actually okay with it because this guy only has 3 armor anyway, and you're definitely going to hit him a lot. So I'm actually okay with this. But especially because you did that, it's even more important that you're always pulling the creeps towards you to make him come up for these range creeps. If he comes up for it, I mean, at this point, you can almost already kill him. You're going to give the deny. He cannot secure the range creep. You have a stun. So you're going to deny every range creep doing that. You're going to hit him for a lot of extra harassment, and he's just not going to be able to farm, and he's going to have to buy more regent. So he'll get less gold, and he'll have to spend more gold. So it's like, yeah, it's exponentially stacking there. Or I guess cumulatively. You missed that because you're shopping. The only thing I'd say there is you're right to shop in your downtime, but don't miss a range creep for it. So I would say that was not downtime. Now some Linas take Dragon Slave level 1 over the stun.
Yeah, that's most of my games, but against a melee hero like Alchemist, it pays off a lot to have that stun level 1 because you can always secure the range creep when they run up for it.
Agreed. You already know what I was gonna say, so good. Now, an interesting thought is for level 2, do you take your passive instead of your nuke?
I think it depends. I think sometimes I don't always have a really consistent build with her, but I think you should always have at least 1 point stun.
Well, no, you're definitely right to get stun level 1. Totally agree. I'm saying at level 2, maybe you take your passive instead of your nuke, and then you can auto him harder.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think with the way this is playing out, I think it's
Dragon
better.
Slave isn't that helpful.
Yeah, I think it's better to save your mana for extra stuns than it is to throw out the nukes. I think getting more stuns with your passive at level 2 is going to produce more damage done for your mana. So overall, you started well, but I don't like that he is he ended up going 10-2, and he got a level advantage on you. So part of that was the range creep, and I think part of that was just not getting enough harassment. There was a time, let's go back here. Yeah, it was this moment. So like right now he's super low. I think you should be way more aggressive on him here. Like you're playing back here. I think you should be up on the front of this hill. Okay, so lanes come again. Again, so like back here, I don't know if you're shopping or whatever, but the lane meets and you're back unable to hit him. You could have hit him there again to start. So I think these little like missed auto attacks, it's like one here, one there, one here, one there. Well, when you add them up, that's like 5 or 6 now that you've missed, and he's already 400 HP. So I think you could have been hitting him there. Here you go down to dodge the acid, fine, but you use your stun for just like one attack, and it ends up he gets the range creep, and then he's got the wave push. So this is what he wants to do. He's got 2 in acid. He's just gonna push the wave on you, so that he can kind of farm it safely, and he doesn't have to deal with you. So I think the counterplay to that is you needed to be a little bit more aggressive in those early levels, and in my opinion, he should not get a single range creep against you, ever. Between your stun and just being a range hero, I think that had to happen. You can see now it's at the point of the lane where you can't really come up to harass him because you can't just sit in the acid anymore.
Yeah.
At level
Plus
1...
you can't really deny it against him either unless you always stun him.
Right.
Which I guess if I thought about the lane a little bit more ahead of time, I would have known, hey, I just need to be focusing on stunning and hit right clicking him as opposed to, because with most matchups you go Dragon Slave and you just, that's your harass and range creep secure, but against a melee hero
Right.
like Alchemist, I think
So
you're at stun.
I think the way to play this lane would be to forego your farm in that first level 1, level 2 zone and focus entirely on denies and harassment. And I think you could have killed him at level 2 by doing that, and he would be lower in farm. And so like now he's going to stack, which I don't think he's going to get this. It's going to be close. Nope, he didn't get it. But now like he's trying to stack for himself. You can't really zone him anymore. The time for you to crush him is already gone, and you can extend that window by being more aggressive in those early levels. So in my opinion, that's what should have happened here.
Because then I could start vary out a little regen, be slightly more expensive, but then I could start pushing the wave and then finding him when he's out on the side.
Yep.
As well. So that's usually what I'll do against like Meepos and Alchemists is no one supports usually don't rotate to help them, so you can usually go bother them when they're trying to side camp.
Yeah, so that definitely comes later, like probably about level 5. That's when you can push the lane faster than he can, and then you just follow him. It's like he wants to play here, that's fine. You can go there too. And you can Dragon Slave the last hits and just auto attack him. So I think that is the way to do it. Force one of their supports to come spend their game protecting Alk. And if they do that, obviously you play less aggressive, but you're still fine. That's not going to stop you from farming. That's just going to allow Alchemist to farm. But what it does to the other lane is now that lane stomps because it's 2-on-1. So they got to pick their poison. You want the Alk to get fucked, or you want your lane to get fucked. No matter what, someone's taking it. That's where it needs to be. And I just think he got too much in those early levels. And you can see, like, you're still a threat. Your nuke hurts. He has to respect it. You're sitting here killing this creep. Bounties are coming up. There's a rune there. Again, where's the bottle? Alk can't push faster than you. He's not going to fight you for these runes. So you basically have free runes.
Free regen, yeah.
Yep, you got free runes there. So I don't know that. Yeah, I don't know that was going to be a kill anyway. I think you should definitely go farm those creeps though. I think that's what you're going to do. You're acting like you want to. Yeah, so again, he's getting free CS from Acid Spray. I think those denies matter. I also think you should just go farm this. There's an argument to be made that you should block his camp with a ward. I would not do that with Lina. I think you just go take it from him. Just push and then go farm it. And again, bottle is going to help you do this. Each bottle charge is, let's say, like 1.5 nukes. Let's see how much exactly does it give. 75 mana for 2.5 seconds. So that's what, 150 plus another like 37. It's like 190 mana. So yeah, that's almost both nukes right there. So I think that's the better way to go. Now he ended up getting an Arcane Rune. That's a disaster. He's going to get like 2 extra acid sprays off that. Maybe like 1.5 more. But imagine you with that Arcane Rune, and he's fucked. Like he can't even touch the lane as long as you have that rune. He's totally done. I do not know why this guy just TP mid. He brought an urn to you, it looks like.
I already had the urn, so I don't know.
Okay, so I don't know what he did there.
I think he was just coming to put some wards down or something. I don't know.
If you had a bottle, you could have dropped it on him after he TP'd and it would have refilled, and then he could pull it onto you. So you get a free bottle charge plus the full 3 charges after that. So another reason why bottle is quite nice. There, now you're kind of farming it. He's going to be hanging out at this camp. So, oh, he left. Going back for that, buddy? There you go. So what typically happens here is in a higher skilled game, he can't farm this camp because this lane should be your strongest lane. These guys should be winning, and Disruptor should be coming here. So as the 4 support, he should be coming here, putting a ward typically on this cliff, If you don't want it dewarded, you can put it right here at this corner by these flowers, because then a sentry there, it goes to about here on the radius. So a ward right there will not block this camp, which gives away the ward, but it will show here, and it shows this camp too, and it shows all this movement, and it's not going to get dewarded by this sentry either. And it also, typically, if they try to drop a sentry to like cover both cliffs, you can't quite get it, but sometimes they'll drop a sentry like here to get this cliff and this ramp. That's not going to get it either. The only one that gets it is specifically like over here, and that's just not a common place to sentry. So I like this ward a lot, and you can tell your support to do this. Like, your support's not going to know at this rank. Even at 5k, my supports sometimes don't know to do this. Not that 5k is amazing, but you know, that's top 1%. So anyways, this camp for him should not be safe. And this applies to you as a mid laner too. His safe camp is here, because your hard support is not going to rotate all this way just to contest this camp, when their 4, who's the stronger support than your 5, has to go like not as far, and then they'll just kill that guy. So this is his safe camp. This is his unsafe camp. You are contesting this camp, which, good, you know, take that away from him. But he's getting this for free, so he shouldn't have this. There should be a ward here or here, and your 4, this disruptor, should be making a point. He's maxing nuke, all the more reason. Him and you together kill the shit out of this guy. He can't, you know, he can't do anything if you're both there. So I think he is getting a lot of farm here that he shouldn't get. And this all kind of comes back to applying more pressure with the lead that you're building. That stun was useless. Even if it hits, you're hitting him from downhill. He's again got a rune. So yeah, I think the big takeaways I'm seeing here, you should be getting a bottle most of the time on these mids you're playing. Even the Clinks game, I think a bottle was justifiable, but that was the only borderline one. Quap and Lina, I think no question. I think you should be applying more pressure, and I think you should be more willing to trade those early CS in level 1 and 2 for additional harass and get the denies. So like, give up your own CS a little bit, make sure you're getting the denies, make sure you're harassing them, and you're going to build more incremental advantage that way than you are doing what you're doing currently. Kind of like same deal. You're hitting him from downhill. He just doesn't care. You know, you're missing like half the time. He's full HP. It doesn't matter. So that window's already passed. Was there anything else in particular for this, or was it just the early game that you're interested in?
That's probably the main thing to learn from. I mean, there was we never really. I mean, it was a winnable game, I think, but I mean, late game, if you can look at it and see where we kind of threw a bit, it was more so because I was sitting at the. It was basically just bad communication that lost us the game.
Gotcha. Okay.
My team went for a smoke without me, and then they pinged me because I wasn't with them. It's like,
you told me about this game. Okay, that was this game. Yeah,
I think it's around it's probably at around 45 or 50 if you want to see it.
And the disruptor pinged you when he fed bottom. So
yeah,
I mean, that's just
one of those games.
Yeah, it's games and one of those types of players. So okay, let's watch for the bounty rune, or not the bounty, but the outpost and the bounty is very important that you're involved with that. I like this ward. Test the creeps. Okay, fine, that's good. So again, like, imagine you have a bottle at 9 minutes 30 seconds. You just nuke this wave and push it. You just kill this wave. Then you can rotate here. You could have taken this outpost. Your warlock even came. This is the first game where the 5 has made the right move. Your 5 is supposed to TP to this offlane tower about 9:15, 9:30 for exactly the same reason, to contest this outpost and to contest these bounties and possibly kill their carry. Their 5 is supposed to do the same thing to their offlane. If they come, they have a Jakiro, they have a Nyx, and they have a Phoenix. They can definitely kill your Dragon Knight. Those 3 together can totally get this kill. They already have this outpost, so they didn't need that, but they would take both bounties. Slark, you probably can't kill. Maybe with a glimpse you kill him, but you definitely force him out of the lane. He's definitely not going to farm, and he's definitely not going to stop you guys from pushing his tower either once you bring the 3 here. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you can come down for the outpost and the bounty, but then you need to go back mid. You shouldn't stay unless you're going to get the kill, and even then you need to get that kill quick and TP back to your lane. So it's fine that you don't stay there, but again, just imagine you have a bottle, you push this about 9:30, you head bottom, you're here for this fight, you're here, you take this outpost. So you guys ended up not having an outpost. So what did that do? Let's look at the XP. 5-7, or jeez, 8-5-7-5-6. You're 5-6-9. You're doing great. 5-5. So overall, what's that look like? Net worth, they're winning.
Mm-hmm.
XP, you have a slight lead, but you would have an even bigger lead if you had that outpost.
Mm-hmm.
So that matters. And what would that do? Your disruptor probably has ultimate right now if you had that outpost.
Mm-hmm.
Underlord would maybe not quite get there. He'd be really close too. You would still be level 9. DK be level 7. Warlock would be close to Rock. I take it your tome is still up. So Warlock takes the tome. He gets Rock. He already came bottom. He did the right thing. Now he ferries out a tome. He's got Rock. Now you probably can kill Slark with his ultimate, and you can definitely kill that tower unless they bring all 5, literally all 5, which they're not going to do. They're not going to defend that tower. So you would have a tower kill here, and then what do they do next? They rotate mid, gank the Alk if they can, push this Alk tower. This enemy team's probably not going to be able to defend against your push. So now you're looking at 12 minutes into this game. These 2 towers are dead. Alk is denied his jungle. He's relegated to this triangle camp. And if his team plays very well, then they take over your jungle, and then he can kind of farm in here too. But he's probably going to stick to the triangle and stick to this mid wave when it pushes. Maybe he can farm this camp, but with a ward here, that's not safe either. So I think this all comes back to getting a little bit more advantage early. You're already getting that early advantage, but I think you have some room for improvement to extend it further.
Oh yeah.
Get that bottle. Start getting runes. With runes, you're going to find you're going to start getting a lot more kills. You're going to have a haste, you'll have an invis, you'll have a DD, you'll have more mana, more HP. You're going to start getting a lot more. And then beyond that, come down here about the 10-minute mark. Take this outpost. You'll probably get a kill on their support. At your level, he'll probably think he can come defend this. So I bet you'll get a bonus kill half the time. You'll get these bounties for sure. Look, right, he got this bounty, and he's probably getting this one too. He's getting 2 bounties in a lane where he should be dead right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just think of that alone. Just on this, how that impacts his game, let alone his team. So I think there's a lot of missed opportunity to pressure the map. And I think that is, for me, that's the number one thing you need to be focusing on right now. Because you're already ahead of everyone in your games as far as your mechanical skill. You've been ahead. And I think that is why you're still at this MMR. And correct me if I'm wrong, but are you feeling this way? Like, I'm stuck in this MMR, but I'm better than the people I'm playing against?
More or less, yeah.
Yeah, that's not ego. You're right. I see it. You are better than these players, but you're not applying pressure. So the fact that you're better doesn't matter because you're not taking over the map with your skill advantage.
Yeah, because ultimately, I mean, I don't care how good a player is. If you let the game go to where everyone gets all the items they want, then
yeah,
your mechanical skill shines less and less the later the game goes.
Right. Who cares if you're better than them if you're not dictating the pace of the game and you're allowing them to play the game the way they want to play it? This guy wants to passively farm and have his tower alive so they can't gank his jungle. Well, good news. His tower is almost full. He's passively farming. He's even getting runes, dude. I think you're letting them get away with so much shit that they shouldn't be allowed to do. So that's a big thing. And I don't think you took that too harsh, and I hope I didn't say it too harshly. No. But I'm just trying to drive that point home. Like, that's the point in your game that you need to work on right now.
Yeah, like all 3 games, that kind of
same theme every game.
Same theme, yeah.
Yep, same theme every game. And a lot of this, I think, I mean, obviously you're going to be thinking about it, so you're going to be looking for these opportunities. But just by buying that bottle, also get a stick. This game, I probably wouldn't get a wand, but he's spamming every wave. Every wave you get a free stick charge. So buy that stick. It's going to be worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Get that bottle. It's going to be worth it. And between the stick and the bottle, you're not going to have to buy any more regen. You're going to be set. You're going to be getting runes. That's going to set up kills. And I think what you'll find is just by buying those items and having more HP and mana, you're going to start seeing these opportunities that you had no idea were there, because suddenly you're full HP. You can push your lane more. You can just double nuke the wave every time. And I think you're going to see these. They're going to appear in front of you, and you'll know to take them.
Regen is always so deceptive. Like, you think, oh man, I'm having to spend my gold, but then somehow when you keep yourself in full HP and mana, you're able to get so much more.
Yep, it's an investment. It's just the same as ending the game and blaming yourself instead of your team. You pay the price right then and there to get more later. I mean, it's what investments are. Like, it's obviously a rudimentary explanation, but
it should pay off.
It's still the truth. Yep. So you mentioned a smoke ink multiple times now, so it would be cruel of me to not take a look at that.
It's not necessarily that helpful.
This is probably where it happened. I see 4 dead heroes and you're full. So let's go like 39.
Yeah.
All right. Like so I see your team's grouped up. I want fog for you guys.
Yeah. So at this point in the game, they are ahead. Like, if you look at like the.
Like, they're up 20k.
Yeah. They're up. So we're playing defensive. So I'm like top, trying not to. I'm playing ultra defensive because I'm carrying a rapier. So,
Yes, you are. Holy smokes! You have a rapier and a blade mail, but no BKB. That's a precarious situation. You have no save on your team, but you have Greaves and you have a rock and you have a little heal. Yeah, you got some force staffs. But I think if you get ice paths, you're fucked.
Yeah, I basically was just investing entirely on them soaking up everything, and hopefully I'm able to ride it. It was just a very greedy. I shouldn't say greedy, but it was sort of like it's against their lineup.
It's a high risk play, and it's appropriate for the game.
Their team wants to prolong fights. I'm trying to end them fast, so I feel like investing 4,500 in a BKB was just going to lose us the fight because we were so. DK was not having a game, so I was the only core.
Yeah, well, you do need a BKB with your rapier. But I understand you felt like I don't have time to get it because if I do, I won't be strong enough to carry my team through team fights. And you're probably correct at that. But at this point, if you're committing to the rapier and you don't have a BKB, that is absurdly high risk. And again, it's in this game, they have a Slark and an Alk and you're behind by 20k at 40 minutes. Your team's not going to get any better. So if there's ever a time to buy a rapier, it's now. So I get how you ended up here. I see that you did not ever sell these extra items you don't need anymore. So I wonder, perhaps there could have been a time you could have sold those to get your next item faster, get a quicker power spike, and maybe that would have changed the game. Probably not, but sometimes, getting your next, maybe you got your vessel a minute sooner. Well, vessel you wouldn't sell, but let's say your orchid came a minute sooner because you sold your null talisman. Maybe you get a gank on Slark before he gets a Manta. I don't know if he got Manta, but, before he gets some way to deal with that. Just questions to think about. But okay, so let's see the smoke. So right now you have vision on nobody. Your team's gathered. They definitely want to smoke. You are pushing top. Okay. Pet peeve. They just smoked. Your top wave is here. You are correct to push this wave before you smoke. Because if you don't, if you're smoked with them now, you didn't kill this wave. So this wave's fighting right here, right in front of your base. In other words, it's really fucking obvious you guys are smoke ganking them. Because this is at your tower and you're not defending it. Exactly. So fucking, hey guys, they're smoked really obviously. So that's never going to work. So I like that you're here pushing. Your team just needed to wait. What I would say is you should go one more in an ideal situation. You go one more wave here and you nuke it. Don't stick around. Just nuke it from fog and get the fuck out because you don't want to. They're all off map. You have this outpost, but you don't want to risk getting caught. So you just want to blast the wave. That'll mostly kill it. Your creeps will push. That'll be about the 39, I think about 15, 20 mark, their creeps will be here, and that's when you nuke it. 17 seconds is when the mid wave meets. So your team's still in vision. They kill the mid wave. Then you group up right here. You already have the sentry, and then you smoke. So that same smoke only gets delayed by about 15 seconds. But now this wave is here and pushing. This wave is here and pushing. So yes, you delayed it 15 seconds, but it's a way better smoke. It's not obvious, and your lanes are pushed, and one of them will probably show to push one of the lanes, which makes your smoke even better, because now you know, hey, this guy's top. Let's go right now on anybody. Go fight. You know? So
yeah, it forces them to show, because if you have all the creeps on your side at your base, you don't know. They could be anywhere.
Yep. So
but if your creeps are pushed to their side and they're not showing, then okay, go ahead.
Yep, so I'm just watching. So look, they didn't push mid. I didn't even realize you've been raxed mid, so that's even more retarded. You know, like this mid has to be pushed. So now you're pushing mid. Again, this has to happen for the smoke gank to work. So you are doing what you need to do. What you probably didn't do here that I will fault you for is, I don't know, did you tell them, like, guys, I have to push these waves. I'm not going to be there.
Telling them that, like, hey, you got to wait for me.
Okay. So if you told them, like, guys, I have to push the waves, that's not optional. It has to happen. So if you communicated that to them and they still decided to do this, you have my permission to say GG retard team. All right? You get permission at that point. But again, with the context of understanding the early game we watched, there was a lot you could have done to that Alk into the bottom lane that didn't happen. So, you know, your hands aren't totally clean, but on this particular smoke gank, at this point in the game, okay, you're way behind. It's a long shot, but if you're going to win, it's through the skank. Slark is in. He actually doesn't have Manta, so Orchid's very effective against him. Warlock ulted. Not sure what. Alk is beating on people. Yeah, I mean... yeah, DK really does not have very much farm. And you were finally there, but you TP out. You're like, well, I'm not fighting now. So, yeah, that was a pretty... that hurt to watch. But that's just something you got to tell your team. And if you told them, like you said, then what else can you do? You know, you can't control them, and you gave them the information they needed. They should know that's a bad play. And if they don't know it, then whatever. You know, what else are you going to do?
Yeah, that's kind of one of those things that felt like one of those, you just, I don't know. You can do more in the early. I think what was most helpful was definitely figuring out the early. I think the plays there were fine as far as, in the late game were fine as far as keeping the waves pushed out, like you said. So,
yep. And
it was kind of funny because I don't think it showed on there, but it was kind of funny right after they all died and pinged me that Alchemist all chatted, "Take a fight without Lena?" Question mark. Like, exactly, man.
Yep. And I saw you get pinged again by that same disruptor, and I was just like, yeah, whatever. Typical, you know, typical. But looking at the graph on that game, so Dota Plus liked their draft better. I kind of agree. So you have no way to really deal with a late game Slark here.
No.
Alk, you could have dealt with Alk, but he will eventually get time to farm because you're going to have a Slark problem. So let's say Alk is just useless even at the 30-minute mark. Well, at 30 minutes, Slark is starting to come online, and now you're not going to be able to oppress the Alk because you're going to have a Slark problem, and he's going to catch up. So because he has a reliable late game carry that you can't deal with, he doesn't have to have a good start. And I think that's why Dota Plus liked their draft better, is because you don't, I mean, the way you win this game is you guys 5-man push with Underlord and DK, and you taking towers with the big team fight ultimates on Warlock and Disruptor. That's how you win this game. What do? They're going to be split pushing. So Nates can split push with his ult, with Rage, and the only way you're stopping that is a Warlock Rock. So in other words, he's extremely safe to push the hard lane by himself. So the dead lane, in a game like this, Nates can handle the dead lane. So that solves their problem there. Alk is going to farm wherever the fuck he's allowed to farm, so he'll get something. Slark, he's kind of going to be looking for pickoffs. I saw he had a Shadow Blade. He didn't have a Manta, So you guys can actually hunt the Slark with your smoke ganks, and that's probably the
Hmm.
best smoke play to make is kill a Slark with your Orchid. But anyway, I do think their draft's a little bit better for those reasons, but that doesn't mean you can't win.
No, no,
Ha-
it was definitely winnable. I mean,
It is winnable. I agree.
even if you watch the fight there when they push our base at the end, I still was, you could tell it was. Well, I didn't try to defend; I just gave up. But
Yeah,
but
I mean,
they tried to fountain dive me, and I killed 3 of them. So it was like,
that's funny. Um,
okay.
but yeah,
But
so
oh well.
so looking at this graph, you probably should have had at least one kill on Alkin Lane, so that would bring it a little bit down. Let's say to here. You get that
Hmm.
bottle, you make that move bottom. You would definitely would have killed the Jakiro because he pushed aggressively for that bounty, so he would be dead. You would have got both bounties instead of him taking both of those. You also would have taken their outpost from them. So I think after the 10-minute mark, probably you're like here on the win probability. So
Hmm.
again, that's game's not over, but you're playing from an advantage now, and you have to be ahead to be able to pressure their towers with your lineup. So I think, again, stemming back to that early game, you have a lot of control on how this game shapes out, and I think that you're not having enough impact.
Yeah. No, I think that is a great summary of everything you were saying.
Yep. So another good replay. Interested to see what that one we couldn't watch is like.
Yeah, that one's gonna be probably the most helpful of all of them.
Yep. So well,
Do you want me to try playing a live game so we
I
can
think
try to
yeah,
apply some of that stuff?
I think it's appropriate now. Let's try to apply it. So I would say pick Lena or Quap again, like another strong mid laner that can push waves. Get a bottle this time, get a stick this time, unless it's like literally a melee creep mid, like a Lycan or something.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, that's obnoxious.
yeah, so buy those items. Let's push the waves about the 30-second mark before, so like 3:30, 5:30. Push to prepare for the runes. Go to the rune that you'll be able to make a gank with if it spawns. See what happens. See if you can get your mid tower, and let's make a play on the outpost and see if we can gank their carry or maybe even take the safe lane tower while we're at it. So those are the big objectives. Oh, are you gonna play ranked?
Yeah, that's why
Gotcha. Okay.
I was in. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not gonna pick an experimental hero, so
No problem. So I'll watch it live here. But yeah, I think
yep.
those are the big things to focus on. And then once it goes in the mid game, I'll probably let you play a little bit more, and I'll be less, like I'll help remind you during the early game. But
Hmm.
then once the game goes on, I'll sort of let you play a bit more. I'll still be there, but um, we'll see what happens there.
More macro oriented rather than like, you need to go try it for this or whatever. Yeah.
Yep.
I've noticed though, yeah, it seems like some of the things I have the most trouble with are the pressure, are keeping pressure on where I have an advantage, by keeping a region on and with like a bottle or whatever, controlling objectives, and then also when I'm ahead, ending the game. That's just such a huge, I don't know, it's such a challenge.
Yeah, pushing high ground can be pretty tricky,
Like
especially.
I almost, even usually if I have like we win a team fight or something and we're like we take all the rest of their towers and they're like, hey, let's go high ground, but we don't have Rashawn, then I'm usually like, hey, we need to back off. But even then, like, I don't know, I was playing Wraith King yesterday with I had Aegis on me, and I walk up and I start hitting their tower, and then my mid lane Weaver just dives on in and he gets like CC'd and killed, and then the rest of us get killed after
Yeah,
that.
that's that's another thing that I think my team has been struggling with is when we push high ground, they're very happy to dive for kills past the tower.
Well, they watch Nigma and OG do it constantly. Like they're constantly, they're like, there'll be a tier 1 up and they're at the barracks hitting people. And I'm like, I don't know. I think people watch the pro teams dive like 2 or 3 towers deep and
Yeah,
make it work somehow.
and they're doing that in a very calculated manner. Um, I would not say that my team is, and my team's not the only people guilty of that. It's a very like you said, it happens in your games too. It's a very common problem. I always
And
yeah.
oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I always say, like, every single time I will tell my team, and not just my team, but like even pub teams, I'll tell them when we push high ground, like, if unless we have an obvious team that can just dive the shit out of them, I will tell them, like, look, please don't dive tower. Focus on the buildings. If they come in, we can fight. Otherwise, please don't dive. You think it's gonna work? They're gonna buy back and they're gonna TP and you're gonna get fucked. So just don't do it. Like, it doesn't
It's
work.
tricky. Like yesterday, I made the mistake with Arc Warden. Like I was we were trying to hold high ground, and I'm like, they're like all sitting there around Jug Ward, so they're like, all my spark rates are hitting him, and then they're healing back up. So I like step out of the base just slightly to hit the Jug Ward because I knew I would be okay. And then like all of a sudden, my whole team dives them outside the base, and it's like, okay, we just lost.
Yeah.
I have a hard time, and I'm not gonna say like it's always my team. Like it is hard to take high ground, but it's just it's a challenge, man. And sometimes you have to use psychology. I don't always know how to try to manipulate my team into doing what I want them to do.
Yeah. You know what's funny? Pink, wasn't he that disruptor? Plus 25 mid / tiny airlines?
He's a friend. He's actually on my friends list. So I'm trying to remember when I played with him last.
Okay.
I think he added me, but I think he might be that disruptor. Yeah.
I'm certain. I don't know if he was that particular disruptor, but I saw a disruptor in one of
Not
your
the one that
games.
was pinging me, but like a different disruptor.
Right, exactly. I was gonna say I don't know if it was that particular one, but I know I saw a disruptor with that name. So
It's
they have.
an AM, so I think I will do the Quap of Pain.
Yep, Quap of
what?
Pain sounds good.
They picked Quap. Okay.
Oof. Lena?
I don't know if I want Lena against an AM. And Wraith King and Bane. That's a lot of catch. We don't even have a hard carry.
Bloodseeker can carry this game.
I'll take this guy.
They took Wind Ranger, Morphling. Okay. So are you planning to play an active Morphling mid like we talked about?
No, I always play him pretty active.
Okay. So then you're maxing waveform, I take it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
waveform, get the waveform range talent, and
Yep, so max waveform, get your bottle. I think E-Blade this game is garbage. Do you agree?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you want a Manta.
So
I don't know about Manta.
yeah, I mean, Wraith King doesn't care. AM will reflect it and actually kill you. Bane can actually nightmare people to cuck the damage on it. So if Bane's good, he single-handedly can save people. So yeah, I agree. Not a good game for that.
Yeah. Their team's hard to play against because Wraith King, Wind Ranger, Mirana, they're just gonna constantly push you and
as far as Manta, what is there to Manta off this game? There's like nothing.
There really isn't anything.
Yeah, there's no reason to even have a Manta, I think.
I think you always have to build Yasha on him though, because look how slow he is.
Yeah. No, Yasha's an amazing item. I think something is wrong with you if you don't get Yasha. Now,
but it might go into S and Y though because of the status resist. It might be good against all their stuns.
Status resist is probably good, especially due to the Bane, because he'll be reducing it. So it wouldn't hurt to have a little bit extra. This might sound crazy, but Kaya Yasha, I don't hate if you're going waveform stuff. You can be like a bit more of a nuking hero, and then you don't have to rely on an E-Blade. You can just be throwing adaptive strikes and waveforms all over the place.
Yeah.
So that is an option, but I think probably the status resistance is better. So I think that's a good plan.
Wind Ranger, Shackle Shot, Mirana arrows, all kinds of stuff.
I also think Lincoln Sphere is great this game.
I think so too.
Very good this game.
Because of Bane.
So I think what I would do is get the Yasha first, then probably get the Lincolns, then go back for the Sanj. From there, we'll just see how the game shapes out.
Yeah, I feel like Morphling's like one of the only heroes where Lincoln Sphere is pretty good.
Probably want to get a set of tangos.
Yeah, I can stop blocking. Usually people don't.
You don't want to block into your tower again like that one time.
Yeah.
Okay, Wind Ranger has a ward, 2 mangoes, and regen. So don't trade hits with her. She has more range and more regen. Try to aggro the creeps back. Good. That's what you want. Watch for power shot on the range creep. You got it. Good. Great first wave. Great first wave.
Ah,
It's okay.
Wind
You got
Ranger is really, as a hero, I've noticed it's really hard to not get denied against. I don't know why her like damage and animation.
She has an
is so
amazing
good.
last hit. It's okay. Don't get tilted unless she denies a range creep. Then get tilted.
I think I'm gonna get my
Yeah.
nuke first. Oh,
It's okay. Like I said, just don't get it denied. You're denying yours. You're gonna pull ahead.
I should probably be aggroing these back.
Yep.
So I
Don't
got
let-
my nuke. I can hit the range creep with that.
Exactly.
I don't know why I'm doing this.
Yeah.
I'm still early.
You
I forgot. Still level 2. That's
remember,
right.
remember what we said about trading hits too? She has regen, you don't. So
Yeah,
that's okay.
that's fine.
Go back
I'm
and
used
do
to- I'm
do what
used
you were
to-
doing.
Morphling is you're okay if you die before level 3. Oh,
I would finish your Wraith Bands before treads too.
yeah. That's what I was going for.
Yeah, so I would say finish the Wraith Bands. The Tangos should carry you towards that. Then get your bottle,
The bottle.
and then
Yeah.
treads. Yeah, just more of this, less fighting.
What? How did that not?
That misclick. Make sure you tango here. Very nice. You should get this too.
Nope.
Womp womp. Sorry. It's because I put pressure
Game
on
is
you.
hard.
Yeah, I hear him.
Ah,
Close one.
of
Wow.
course.
I didn't think she was gonna get to that first. I knew it would be close though.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's that's obnoxious. Oh man, why is
I think you should buy a
far.
stick.
a stick?
Yeah, because she power shots every wave. So I think stick
Yeah,
will be worth
it's
it.
such a good item on Morphling too.
And I'd say get one more set of tangos because you're gonna need it to get to your bottle. You're not gonna get by without them. Okay, this does not really matter. She might dive you with one run.
Yeah, it's fine.
Next power shot might kill you, so be careful. She's looking for it. Can you tell? She wants it really fucking bad.
Oh yeah. She gets a regen, right?
Yeah, typical. You can nuke her on the way back. Yeah, Saras doesn't really matter too much. Just don't get power shotted, you'll be okay. You definitely want to stop trading hits with her. You're never gonna win that because of wind run. So just don't. Bounties are coming. Doesn't really matter to you though.
Yeah.
Radiant's courier has been
Okay, she's backing off. This is good. You definitely. So she's doing what you've been doing. She should be pressuring the hell out of you right now, and she let you have this wave for free. Getting close to that bottle.
I'm out of
You
tangos already.
should
Oh,
farm
Ivana's here.
farm your camp to the right.
Yeah.
Farm your bottle. Don't risk a death. If you get to this bottle, you're gonna be okay. If you die right here, your game's gonna be really hard. She's TPing bottom. She TP'd.
Wind Ranger's missing.
Bottom's bottom too. You're okay. You can actually lane right
I
now.
feel like I don't feel like finishing that camp's worth losing some
Yeah,
lane creeps
just
over.
go push this right now. She's gone. She won't get the XP. Push it. Very good. Go ahead and bring that bottle and probably scout the top rune in between waves. Definitely don't want to go bottom because she'll be there and you'll die. But let's see if the rune's top. It's
Nope.
bottom. Okay.
This is why I never buy bottle.
I mean, you're 0 for 1. Okay. It's all right. Go finish
I
that
could go
camp.
strength more. I don't know. Does she have it? Oh wait, she got a bottle refill.
Yeah,
I
she
think.
just
went
she
bottle
just got
too.
her bottle.
All right.
So
now, I think I feel
backpack
my
your wraith
chest.
bands and bottle up. And you're gonna get big heal here. There you go. 1 charge is all you needed. Oh, that was a waste. You just needed the 1.
Yeah, that's true.
It's alright. Same thing applies. Don't go trading hits with her. Aggro on the creeps is good. There's 2 range creeps, so it will push to you. Just be patient. She can't kill you without something to shackle, or that. An arrow would do it.
How does she get that?
She was autoing it the whole time. Alright, this is the wave to push to try to get another rune.
Dang. I usually do better at Lathis than this, but
Yeah, it's alright. Okay, so you can farm this bottom camp while you wait. I'm pinging, but I don't think you can see it. Bottom is definitely... Bottom is killable.
Out.
Yeah, you'll want to ward.
I should be able to get my boots after this too.
Yep. Alright, so camp bottom rune. Nice, that's a decent item. Go bottom rune right now. There you go. Ooh, you had a bottle charge left.
Yeah,
You
I should
missed
have
it.
bottle charged first. Oh well.
Alright, let him know you're coming bottom.
On my way, bottom.
Don't get seen by that outpost.
They
I don't
probably
know.
see me.
Yeah, I don't know if it did. Go for the Bane. You're not going to kill the AM. You got him. We got him anyway. Okay, that's good. Back off. Just back off. I'd say pop your regen, TP mid. Oh my. That feels bad.
Your top tower is under attack.
Crapify? TP?
You can,
Oh my.
Anti-mage has ultimate.
Your top tower is under attack.
Yeah.
That's alright. Bloodseeker's mopping stuff up top. So that was interesting.
I'm just gonna go back mid.
Yep. It really sucks that Windrunner got you there. Had that not happened, I think you were back in the game. Now you're still behind again. She's still not here, so keep pushing this wave. She's walking back now. So you have until this creep wave. Just push it, go jungle. You can farm her jungle to your left right now.
Pretty sure she has vision there.
Bounties are coming. So you can take the bounties up by you. We're going to find out if she has vision by how she moves.
She's gonna power shot me.
Yeah, bottle. She knows. She knows. She knows. Oh, that's... Alright. Okay, that worked out, I guess. See if you get a rune here.
Nope.
Nope. So the bounty was guaranteed. I think you should have gone to the bounty, but that's okay. You can still get your bounties unless she's going for him. You should scan around your bounty.
Yeah, I always forget.
Okay, she's bottom.
Wind
She's
Ranger's
bottom.
Wind Ranger's bottom, right behind you guys.
Good. Grab that bounty, go back mid and push.
Ooh, I want that. Can I have the other jelly charge? So good on me.
Keep pushing. Your Pugna did good there. He got out without giving up a kill. I want to see you
Look,
try to
they might
take this
kill her.
tower.
They might actually kill her down there.
That would be amazing if they did. She's TPing. I think they messed up, but it's okay. You have time. She's going to start heading mid after she heals. I think you get one more creep wave. Just keep the pressure up. Go ahead and bottle so you're full HP. Don't tank tower. Don't tank. Watch for a power shot. You will die. She's going to try to do it. There. Alright. Party's over. That was not a good power shot. It's okay. You can go jungle. She's back. You're going to be looking at 12-minute rune. Give the range creep on tower. At least XP.
Tower is under
Basic.
attack.
Good. That's the important part. 12-minute rune's coming. Your team's pushing bottom, so you can go ahead and get it down there, but you're not going to rotate. Just looking for the rune.
Bottom tower has fallen.
Maybe you shouldn't buy bottle. Go get it. Go get it. Too slow.
Can't.
No, fuck, now you're dead. Holy shit. She should have
It's
ulted you.
impossible to actually.
No, she ults you, you're fucking dead. You absolutely should have died there. They are looking to
I can
kill
take her
you.
out.
No, you're gonna die, dude.
She always does.
Yeah, what's up with that?
No, my wife was talking to me, so
Oh, okay. Say no more. Say no more.
when the boss calls, you always gotta listen. So
I always tell Caitlin, she'll talk to me for like 3 seconds, and I will literally die. And I'm like, I just died. And she's like, I'm sure. And I'm like, no, literally, you don't get it. Like that
Alright, I'm gonna
3
get
seconds.
Yasha. I'll get Yasha, and then I'll go for Lincoln Sphere. I'm just gonna go back mid and pressure that tower some more. I don't
Yep.
think I can.
Yeah, because the Windrunner is roaming a lot. So, and she's a better roamer than you. So just take her tower.
This is like the first time I've lost mid on Morph in like months.
So another cool thing, since her roams have been affected by you sitting here in this lane, pushing, you're preventing her from roaming. And she still has that DD, she will look to kill you. So here comes Beastmaster. You see the 2 in the jungle? You can kill her if you're quick. He should roar right now, he should roar her.
Structures are fortified.
Careful, they're coming from below.
Enemy's middle tower
Bottom ult.
fallen.
You skipped your ultimate. I think it's really good against Wind Ranger.
Radiant structures.
Alright, you get Wind Run and
Nice
Power
job, Beast.
Shot
Dire's structures
Yeah.
are fortified.
and Shackle.
I think I will
So
get that.
your offlaner is actually solid. That he took his
Yeah.
tower and then he came to take the mid. That's exactly what they're supposed to do. Compared to their offlaner, you still have your safe lane tower. It's fine, actually.
Top tower
You can help top. There's 4 people though. Be careful. Don't die. It's okay to fight. Just do not die. Nice. Waveform. Oh, beautiful. That's a rotation. That is a rotation. What just happened? Are you okay? Are you faking? I think I just got faked.
attack.
You actually might with Beastmaster. Oh, he's not with. He's coming. With him here, you might be able to get this tower.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Of course.
That's okay.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, he got a tomato. Nice.
Yep, he's got fruit. Good. This. Do you see how much pressure is being applied this game now?
Oh yeah.
A lot of this is due to Beastmaster, but the other half of it is you applying pressure mid. You forced Wind Ranger to stay in that lane when she didn't want to, and it allowed
What?
Beastmaster to do what he did. It's like you enabled your teammate just by sitting mid aggressively. Even with your deaths, it didn't matter. You're still okay. I think the Imp Claw is better.
might be good for Bloodseeker.
I think it's
don't
good
know,
for you.
because I've been sitting on 200 extra mana from this thing.
Yeah,
Like,
but
mana is so huge on Morphling.
it's true, but the crit multiplier is based on your base attack damage, which is extremely high because of your agility. So
That's true.
you get more out of the Imp Claw than than I think any other hero in the entire game. Literally. Okay, spells being missed. Plot 'em ult. You guys need sentry.
We need sentry here, guys.
You have no sentries, you should back. AM is back farming bottom. He's still a ways from his Battle Fury. I think you guys push mid push mid, I think. Keep the pressure up. Your Beastmaster is carrying this game.
Yeah.
You get partial credit for the pressure you put mid. That opened up the map for him, but he's executing exactly what he's supposed to do. You should probably head bottom and push the lane. Don't let them go high ground mid. It's too early. If they want to do it, you have to back when Wind Ranger respawns. That's your timer. Wind Ranger respawns your timer here. Dude, you guys got it. You fucking have it. It's GG. I can't believe you took it before she can respawn. No, I think they're right. I think you keep going.
Really?
Yeah. Someone's dying, Pugna. Hit the base, I think. AM's here now. Yeah, don't let AM hit you. Kill their mid, feels good. Buy back, get out, get out, get out, get out. Out now. Everybody out now. Get your team back.
Come on, guys. Let's get back.
2 buybacks. Get the fuck out.
They don't seem to want to back up. I mean, they don't have Bane ult.
They're backing. Just back. Yep, they understand. It's time to back. Wraith King went Midas. Oh my god, that's so bad. That is so fucking bad this game. Holy shit. Dude, I hate when people go Midas in a game where they're going to be the ones defending high ground early.
Like against the push comp.
Yeah, against a push comp with an anti-mage. Like, that is unbelievably bad. There's virtually no way for him to win this game. You guys can lose, but he can't win. Does that make sense?
Yeah, exactly. Alright, that's not play to go.
It's okay. Go bottom. Go take bottom outpost. Push the tower. Okay, this game's about to end, my man, so I wouldn't get Lincoln, so I would just get Sanj.
You don't think so?
Yeah, get Sanj. The game's gonna be over by the time you farm your Lincolns. Just get the Sanj, get the value item now, and you'll have it.
It's actually really rare to have a Beastmaster that's actually good. Generally speaking, they always just feed and then...
Even his roar targeting has been solid. Like, he knows what he's doing. I will say he's under-leveled a little bit, which will happen when you're 5-man pushing like that. I think you're okay to go high ground. Just go as a team and don't dive. Really? Mailman! Mailman's here, Adam. Don't ask me why, but the mailman is the #1 happening every day by far. Should be. It better be mail for us. That Beastmaster is even taking nightmares with his summons, dude. You should be friends with this guy.
I know, right?
He's a good player. Good cancel. This is good. You can tank this damage. Get out. Oh, fuck. So close. Pop your stick. I think you stick there, you wave for him, and then you can regen and back.
It was changed. I was actually morphing back into Morph 2 to keep gaining HP.
Gotcha.
We lost Bloodseeker too.
I think
Oh, that's
Beastmaster can
Snapfire,
clean it
man.
up.
Your top tower is under attack.
If you had your Sange there, you live for sure.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny? You didn't have your Sange because of those minor mistakes in the lane. So, isn't that fucking nuts, dude?
I didn't have it because of what?
The minor mistakes from lane.
Oh, I know, right?
Like, either one of those deaths were preventable, and if just one of them didn't happen, you would have had it.
Oh, Pugna doesn't have mana for the correct. How is this Beastmaster so tanky? What on earth? I think.
GG. Bottle up, hit your stick. Oh yeah. It's like nothing happened. Alright, run top, get those Raxes. GG. What a game.
Yeah.
Can you hear him yelling mailman?
I hear him saying something, but
Oh my god. Adorable. He aggressively waves goodbye out the window and just yelled, mailman! Did you hurt your finger? Check him. I think he hurt his finger. Or does he just have crap on it?
oh, sorry.
That's where he's getting that crap on. It's the inside of the windowsill, the track where the window is. So if we wipe that down, maybe that'll stop happening. He's been bringing crap on his hands out of the window for like a couple days, and I haven't understood where it's coming from, but now I know. And your Snapfire, I think, made a lot of mistakes this game, but I will say her ults have been money. She's hitting the ult. Any reason you're tanking tower?
I don't know.
You just don't
I
care.
don't know how to draw aggro away.
You just attack, click your creeps.
My creeps?
Yeah, your own creeps. Like, attempt to deny a creep, even if you can't deny it, that will drop the aggro.
Oh, okay.
But it's like, the tower will only do it if there's a hostile unit closer than you. So there needs to be a hostile unit closer, and it's only checking for aggro like once every 2 seconds or something. So if you try to do it during the time it's not checking, it won't work. So you need to like spam attack deny until it works. Usually it'll be like one more tower hit will hit you, and then it will reacquire targeting. So you basically just spam a click deny one of your creeps, and it'll work. Very good game.
The what's his name is trying to play with me. Oh, the Bloodseeker.
Gotcha. Well, we have half an hour left.
Yeah, that's an awkward amount of time.
Yeah, I don't think it's. I doubt you'll have another game like that. We still need to cover that one Morphling. Hey, stop it. We still need to cover that one Morphling game.
Mm-hmm.
So we could do that now.
Yeah,
but
why don't we just do that now, and then we'll call that.
Okay, I mean it'll be a little bit short, but I'll find some way to make it up to you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because I know you're not sweating it. I'm not sweating it either, but I do.
I could always give you another. I could always just have you look at another replay of mine sometime.
Sure. Yeah, that'd be fine. Look at laning stage again, because that would be about the perfect amount of time, like the laning stage in one replay. So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the stream since this is not gonna translate well since we can't share it. But I'll get the video up for you on YouTube, and then I'll be there. Put those back. I'm gonna kick my son off my lap if he's not careful. Adam. Yeah, you. Butt munch. So, all right. Good session. Thanks for watching on stream, guys.